Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here. Welcome back to another live stream where, yes, today, all the important news on Transformers Earth Wars. But I'm sure you've worked out, we've already got my daughter Ola with us, which can only mean one thing: Crystal opening time. So I know I've promised it the last few streams, which she's been asleep, but we've organised it tonight. Make sure she's here to open some crystals. So we are going to be doing some giveaways for some like Prems. What else is in the crystals? I think it's Prems, Shards, Spark. Yeah. So we're going to be doing that at the beginning of the stream because she's got bed. She's got school in the morning. So we're going to go through the newsletter as normal, do our bits, and then we're going to go into a bit of crystal opening. And yeah. What's up?
Everyone keeps saying, Olive!
Olive. Say hello, Olive. Cool.
Oh yeah, people keep on calling me Olivio.
Cool. So what's in today's stream? So yes, we're going to post on 5-star crystals. I know ranks have come out. I ain't a fan. So we won't be saving our 5-star shots or ranks, but that's another question. We're going to talk about last week's event. Obviously a big talking point. I know I didn't stream last week. But a massive talking point, which I think we need to talk about the why, and talk about, was it the right thing, was it not, what it meant, what it means for the future, lots of things to talk about. We're still talking about 5-star Titans, so although that, you know, we know a thing or two, we won't go into it again because it's what we're going to talk about, but the, you know, it's still coming, we still need to talk about it, and maybe something I sort of talked about, suggested to Dale, which maybe needs to be brought up as well, which I think is a really valid point. So talk a bit about that as well. We'll talk about something that the apes are going to be trying with new content, which I want your opinion on. And I kind of get where you're going to go with it, but I'm going to sort of explain it, and we're going to sort of see what you guys think. We'll see. I'm intrigued. And then we're going to be talking a bit about Powerglide and Cyclonus finally. So they are finally in testing. Bit of a discussion today about it. We can sort of talk about that discussion, talk about why that discussion came from, talk about my opinion as well, where I think it's going to go, and what that will sort of mean for the box as well. But yeah, all that and more. So again, as always, guys, if you've got any questions, stick it in the chat and I will do my best to answer it. Cool. So let's just see who we've got in the chat. So we've got Blade 19, one of my members. Thanks for being a member as well. First in the chat, well done. While we're giving some codes away, we'll give one to Blade 19 for being first. We'll give one to Ricky Lau for being second. Sorry, Ricky Lau, you weren't first, but you can still have a code anyway for being second. And Valhalla streams as well. Top 3 people, you 3 guys can have a Sunstreaker Wozza / crystal. Hit me up after the stream. But don't do it yet, guys, because you might win some in the crystal opening. So wait till after that. But hit me up in Discord and we'll give you those codes, guys. Well done. Who else have we got? Then we've got Hellraiser, Joseph Prime, William Wilkinson, Andrew Stevenson, Hardy Classified, Jason Cohn, Carnage Macite. I just realised, well, I never had to finish your name up, which is Carnage Macite 4X Cut. But let's be honest, Carnage Macite sounds better. And if you don't get the reference, go watch Ali G. We've got Vic Ching. I'm looking forward to seeing you when we go to Oasis. I've not forgot. Another of my members as well. Thanks for being a member. Cheeto, my brother. How many ranks is it? Say you got? Is it 6 mages or something? 6 generals? Maybe more. Actually, I think he said about 8, something like that. It literally hit me up the other day. I went, I think I've got I've got 8 generals. Like, you are mad. We've got London's Calling, we've got Chris Harmon as well, we've got The Last Prime, good to see you as well, Volcanica 69. Who else have we got? I think that is it in the chat. So how many people have we got? Have we got some people hiding in the chat? Yeah, it says we've got like, you know, 20 odd people, so obviously some people are hiding, but yeah, good to see everyone. So what's everyone talking about? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, also talk about the event from last week. Did I say grind time there? Where's grind time? Someone's put hi grind time, buddy, but I can't see him on my end. Where's grind time? Grind time there? Grind time's not there. Oh my god. What's going on? Is he okay? I'll have to hit him up. Giga as well. Thanks for joining the stream. Just clutch there at the end. Why is Grand Time in the stream? No, he's not. So someone said hello though, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think the hit Wozza as well. What do you mean, Blade? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean by that. UK is 10%. What we're talking about here? Like UK is 10%. Is it a relief? 10% what? Don't know. Put it in the chat. 'Cause I ain't got a clue what you're going about. Lots of people losing jobs. Why are people losing jobs? What's going on?
I don't know.
What is going on in this chat? I don't know what people talk about. Blade 19, I believe, is going to be the seller 5-star bot for $150, so I presume it's going to be more. Yeah, talk about the event. People saying hello to you, Olive. Vic Jinx put, go on a term break soon. Is it Monday you break? Is it Friday you break up now?
It's on my birthday that we break up. The 24th.
It's not in no, it's not in May. You got another one coming as well. You have. I think Jake is off on Monday. I think you're off a bit later though. I think you're off a week after. I think, but it is soon. You are on a half term soon.
Oh yeah, we're off for a week, and then when Jake is off, he's off for a week, and then I'm on for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I think you're off in May as well, but you're also off soon as well. Yeah.
And then right now they're talking about the Snow White Disney movie. If I've seen it, and yes, I have seen it.
Of course you've seen it. Of course she has. Yeah.
With my best friend.
Anything like that. Yeah. We watched a thing of it as well, didn't we? Mustafa, didn't we? Mufasa, not Mustafa.
Mufasa. I thought you said Mustafa.
I did say Mustafa.
Oh.
Mufasa, yeah. Vic James asking, can you read what they type? Yeah, you can read, alright, yeah. You're a good reader. Maybe the odd word, maybe. Yeah, but yeah.
I can read and just mix up the words.
So Vic Ching's asking, what did you think of the movie? What did you think?
I thought it was actually quite good, actually. And we got some cups. It was like
yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah, like the snow on top of the apple, like
yeah.
Was it better than the old one? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think some traditionalists might disagree, but yeah.
Personally, I like realistic movies.
Yeah, they're doing that a lot more now, aren't they? They're doing a lot more live action sort of versions of the old ones. So yeah. I'm gonna put this over here because I don't like it over there. I'm gonna read it over here. That's alright. Because I know I've over here. It looks like I'm looking at the camera more. I don't like it over there, so I've moved it over. Stream's a bit choppy. It looks like on mine.
Yeah, because every time I do that, look, it's like crashy.
Yeah, but why am I chat over now? What's going on there? Like,
I don't know what's happening at all.
oh yeah, that's what weird.
Right.
Yeah. Is the stream choppy? Let's have a look. Any drop frames?
It is a bit.
Yeah, I've got a few drop
bit like
frames. I think. Yeah, I don't know why though. Strange. Let me know what it's like on your end, guys. What else? Grand Time finally got in there. Thanks for joining, buddy. Cool. Simon Hayes as well, just jumping in. Good to see you, buddy, as well. Yeah, highly classified. Just put Disney and Hollywood are sick. Yeah, people don't like Hollywood, Disney. That's a conversation another time.
I don't like this.
Long story.
Okay, good to know.
Let me just do this a minute. I'm just trying to clean the stream up a bit because it looks a bit choppy for me. Let me know, guys.
Very choppy.
Is it choppy for you guys or not?
It's choppy for me.
It is a bit. Yeah, see, it's not the best connection there, I think, but
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. Candyman as well. Thanks for joining the stream, buddy. Thank you.
Happy
Good to
Friday.
see you too.
Who's put Happy Friday? Why they put Happy
what?
Friday? Why they put Happy Friday?
Because it's Friday for them. Don't forget these people from different places in the earth. So Happy Friday. So it's still Thursday for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, too early. High classified spot. Well, for you maybe, but yeah, maybe not for everyone else. I'm just so intrigued about the stream, the quality.
Yeah.
It looks choppy for me.
That's really
There's not
choppy.
a lot of drop stream, not a lot of drops things, but
It's weird.
I don't know why it's a bit choppy my end. Bit weird.
Yeah, it's very choppy.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Candyman's in Australia. He's in the future. Right over there now, it's like 9 in the morning on Friday. And
I've
people
probably been in
people in
school.
America, it's like 3 in the afternoon. Yeah,
On Friday.
they're behind. No, on Thursday.
Oh. No, really. Did you know if you travel from England to Australia, you're going 3 months back?
No, you don't go 3 months back.
I thought you do.
No.
I thought you do.
Definitely not. Let me just sort my screen out as well. Someone's bent my screen since I've been away. I've actually been in London for 2 days. Well, I said London. I said London, and then I was like, "Oh, you've been to London? I want a present." I was like, "Well, no, I've been to Watford. That's outside
Same
London."
thing.
Not though. It's not. It's
Watford
not
is in London. So it's in
yeah.
What do
But,
you mean? So
but
you
we're
live in
all
London?
from Manchester. Don't mean live in Manchester City Centre.
Oh my god.
So yeah. Cool. Right. Oh my god, because I moved over yesterday. I have to move back over there again now. I've really set the screen up really bad. I'm so sorry, guys. Right, come on. Let's get this got underway. Let's have a look at the newsletter now.
Thank you. Someone spelled my name right for once. Not Olive. Not Orla. It's Orla.
Grant said he didn't get a notification. Sorry. I'm still trying to sort the stream out to make sure it's working right. But yeah. Let's go to the newsletter anyway.
Someone said points in at them.
So, Barbie, Grant, look, I need to sort this out a minute. Sorry, guys, I can't do this. I need to sort this out a minute. Let's do this a minute. Let's put that over there. Just put that over there. That's better, I think. Yeah. That's better. So, Barry, Grant, Nick Bong, this weekend's event is an Alliance Totalizer for 500,000 points and 20 prestiges. They've done the right thing. We made a lot of complaints saying that we wanted Prime Core Shards in events rather than a Prime Core Shard event. So it's good that they just put it in this event and it's not a Prime Core Shard event as such. So yeah, really, really cool. I'm glad they're listening. So yeah, 5,000 Prime Core Shards, 2,500 4-star shards, 7,500 3-star shards, 6,000 Premium Shards, 300,000 Spark of normal Spark, Combiner Spark, Combat Spark, some Energon and Alloy, and some Total Shard chests, which each contain either 5-star shards, 4-star shards, 3-star shards, or more prems. So basically a lot of shards, a lot of spark, and some prime core shards as well. So yeah, a decent event for new to mid players. We haven't got all the prime cores yet. So yeah, not too forced. I understand we've got to have these events for lower players. I understand we need prime core shards. I understand people need shards. I understand people need spark. So I'm fine for these events. But let's just tie it all into one, you know, that helps newer players. It's a good event for them. It's the normal battle zones. It isn't mayhem mode, sadly. Sorry, guys. And then game updates and information. So, Callum is now back in the team. So, has took over sort of Dale's. I don't want to belittle it, but lesser role. Let's just say, while Dale works on some sort of bigger things and doing some other projects like the legacy events, things like that. So Callum's took back over the newsletter again, and he's just put that recently folks from all ends of the spectrum on playstyle, HQ levels, new players and veterans have been in touch in relation to events, how we run things, and of course with communication from ourselves to you. As a community manager and member of the team, I will strive to always communicate that's what's happening within the game, post our event specs in good stead, and of course update you, the players, with information about our new bots, new events, and even our game updates. I may have only been back with the team for a short period, but I do believe that we can take the feedback and feelings you have with the game team and make them positive. I wanted to thank you all for being the beacon of inspiration for myself and the team. I know sometimes we sound like a broken record, but we do want to do better for not only the longevity of the game, but for the community and our players. Thank you, Callum. And I think, yeah, but honestly, we'll talk about it later, but we'll see. We'll see. That's all I'll say. So, we've got the side pass again. Skins are pretty cool. Let me know if you're a con. Do you like this new version of? Is it Starscream? I presume so. It looks like Starscream. And then the bots, I've got Rhinox. So yeah, I don't mind that Rhinox skin. I don't dislike it. I don't look and go wow, but it's okay. And same for Starscream as well. I don't look at it and go it's awful, but I just think it looks very thundercrackery.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
That's it, yeah.
Then we've got the Saga schedule. So obviously we've got gone through the events. We've got the Prime Core Shard event as such, but it's got some better rewards in it, I presume. So Well, yeah, but they have called it a Prime Core Shard event, so have they actually listened to us? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Then the next event is to be confirmed. Could be anything, who knows. Info will be shared as soon as it's ready. Very strange that it's not even been announced yet. Then we've obviously got an Easter event, which will normally have like the Easter egg thing. I didn't do like a thing a while back. We had to find the Easter eggs. I thought it was a really cool thing. I was really impressed with that. I liked it. It was innovative. I like things that are a bit different. And the trying things. I really, really liked it. So hopefully do that again. I don't mind them repeating that. That was a really good event. And then they got a new box. So I obviously speculated about this last week or the week before. They said it's going to be about Armada bots. We don't know what yet. I'll have to wait and see. But I did speculate, and that video should be out soon, I think. Or maybe this weekend, maybe. Then go and check out your content creators. Obviously myself, Soldier, and Theseus Max. And then some cool art from the community corner. So which one do you like best, Ola?
They're both really good, to be honest.
Yeah, they're really good, yeah?
They're really good.
Yeah, there you go. Seal of approval from Ola. Cool.
I am an artist.
You do a lot of art, don't you, to be fair? Yeah.
A lot.
And then the good news as well is that Krill is back. So I've always liked Krill. He was a really nice guy. Was always in the charts. Was quite light-hearted. And so I like Krill as well. Because when I first started the YouTube channel, he was my go-to guy for needed stuff. This is even before Dale's time. So if I needed anything, I was like, oh, I need this bot, or I need this ranking up, or I need Spark, things like that. He was my go-to guy for that. And he was really good at it, and he really helped us in play tests when we first started out. He was the guy that sort of oversaw play tests and make sure we had our stuff for it. So yeah, really like Krill, and he just said that he really likes Jazz, and I think Jazz is a bit of a fan favorite. Really, I think it's an easy one to pick. He said he had the toy as a kid, so it helps that some of the people that are involved in the game know a bit about Transformers. It always helps. So yeah. And then the next team stream is the 17th of April, which is in 2 weeks' time, where I'm sure they'll be showing the new bot and that, but I'm sure that I'll probably show the new bot before even they do. So, well, fingers crossed. You never know, do you? You never know. But yeah, that is everything in the news. Let's just see what everyone is saying. So, Brian Time says hi.
Hello.
He's actually even spelled your name exactly right as well.
Thank you.
Simon has put, are you going to pull a 5-star Tasmania for your dad? Wait and see. Maybe some surprises. Volcanica69 has asked, can we get something to where we can use Prime Core Shafts for something besides G-Metal Power Cores? Yes, there is something in the works. I think people are speculating too high. Some people are saying like, oh, can we trade them in for BBEs? It's not going to happen, guys. It really isn't. It's going to be some sort of medium level content. It's not going to be something really high, something new and something expensive. It's going to be something average, I think. Yeah. Grind time. Ugh, skins. What a waste. I know. Yeah, I think they should put the skins lower down. Really, like having that as the last prize. But hey, it is what it is. Skyfire's put, any idea when Styler hits on regular crystals? I know they've had a few problems with bringing the game over to where it is now. It was Yoda 1, whatever you want to call it, but they brought it over to the new system. And I know they are a bit behind with a few things. And I've sort of said to Dale that, if you are a bit behind on things like that, I'm quite forgiving and understanding. I understand that. But, with the team how it is, there must be some people concentrating on that. But you still got to make this new content, the new bots and new combats, come out as usual, even quicker, because that's what they're trying to achieve. So we should have the new bot out tomorrow, really, if they're trying to hit those targets that they said they're going to try and do and get content out faster. Now, if Styler is not in for a couple of weeks to do thing over, I'm like, you know what? The shards will sit there. We can wait. It's not the end of the world. So I understand that it might be frustrating for people, that they're saving for these things and waiting for these things. But we have got to understand that they're still sort of playing a bit of catch-up. But catch-up with certain things is acceptable, I think, and certain things aren't. So, we're still got to get some content out. Blade 19's put, and they're finally splitting the combat batch in 2. Yeah, again, I wouldn't be too harsh on them. If it's not done straight away, it might take a while or two. But just put my charger in here before it goes out of battery. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Running out of charge on my phone. Make sure of that. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's on 5%. Wow. That was lucky. What's up?
Can I please get a drink? My throat's sore.
Yeah, I did say get a drink before, I know. News for HU19 highly classified as put. Nothing as yet. I have speculated that there will be a new MDS attachment. I am very confident of that. For the simple reason that that is there, and I've asked a few questions and no one has denied it. So I think there'll be a new MDS attachment, or whatever you want to call it. Yes, definitely. There will be a new defense as well instead. Don't know what that's going to be up to now. But yeah, I think they're taking a few things out of Clash of Clans book. There is something me and Dale talked about. Yeah, I think we can talk about it. So, Dale said that, I can't remember what it's called now, but Clash of Clans did something where they did an event where all the building times were slashed. So I think they're going to do that for Earth Wars, where they will have a short period, maybe a week, where all the building times might be half of what it is. It just helps to bring people up to the top level and get through those HQs faster, and hopefully they can get to the top level of the game a bit quicker, and there's a bit of a catch up. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So honestly, I think it'd be good for new players. Just be careful where it is. Yeah. Cool. Blade 19 has put. Oh, it's already split. Brilliant then. Nice one. Great. Algorithms put who's with you. So this is my daughter. So basically, Mirage Jake used to help with the crystals, but now he's too old for that. He's too cool for school. And so Orla has taken over pulling all my crystals. So whenever you see Orla on stream, you know that we're pulling crystals and giving some codes away.
Oh, you forget. Oh, you just
you're asleep. Yeah.
No. I
Victor Creed's put what Decepticon is best top 3. I'm going to presume you're a newer player because I will just go and say, listen, just go and look at my Autobot rankings and just go and change it for the cons. But if you don't know personally, if I was to pick top of my head, I would say, well, it's quite easy really because we're going into this batch here. For the time being, it is, let's go Decepticons, not Autobots. I would say Wild Rider, Predacon Inferno, and then maybe Headstrong. There's a few other candidates as well. There's lots of 2-2 Megatron. It depends what you're looking for. It's not that easy really because it's very easy to go, oh yeah, these bots, but it depends if it fits in your team or not. Whether you need a healer, whether you need, you could say flatline as well. So it depends on your team strategy and what you need really. I can sit here and tell you what I think, but if you haven't got a warrior, then Pipes comes top of the list. If you haven't got a healer, Flatline comes top of the list. If you haven't got someone who does damage, then you could say Breakneck. You could say other bots as well. So it all depends. But there's a lot of good bots out there though. Vic Ching's put, what are you drinking? So it's not milkshake. You don't really drink milkshakes, do you really?
No, I'm drinking pink Vimto.
Pink Vimto. Vimto's a fan favourite in our house. She drinks the pink Vimto. Jacob drinks the normal Vimto. Yeah. So yeah. Last prize, put follow COC. Be careful.
I've seen it actually.
Follow COC where we get rid of cooldowns. Yeah, maybe. London's Corners put no HG19 Christmas for 6 months. Yeah, it is going to be near Christmas, guys, before it comes out. So keep that in mind.
Christmas.
It is, yeah.
Jesus.
Matt Polish put, shouldn't it be too cool for old school? Yeah, maybe. Grand Time says hi. Hello, Vanessa. So Grand Time is the person that I talk to sometimes at night time, my friend from America. And Vanessa is his wife, who also tunes in sometimes and says hello. Yeah.
Right.
Highly classified spot, new alliance role. No. I've been on defense. Yeah, for quite a while, really. Oh, you mean will we get a new alliance role? Have I got a new alliance role? I haven't got a new alliance role. Will there be a new alliance role? It's a good point. I'm not gonna lie. I have not thought about it, but that's a good point. I think there should be. I will bring it up with Dale and suggest it. That's a good idea. I think we need more roles. Don't know what that'd be, maybe it's part of the war update rather than the HQ19 update. That's a good point as well, I think, actually. But yeah, who knows what that new war strategy is going to be. I know they did, as with the thumbnail, they did the underground water thing, and for a second, for just 1 second, I was like, oh, they're not doing another base, are they? I was like, I'd like to upgrade another base. I don't mind that idea. But they did it with Clash of Clans and it put me off because they really changed the dynamics of how it worked. And I weren't really happy with it. And then I was like, no, it's got paddles on it. It said that April Fools. So, yeah. Volcanica 69's put me ready for 5-star bots to struggle when HQ19 hits. Who knows? Who knows? Do we know when 5-star Comptron is coming? Again, a lot of things on the back burner. That is the next combiner to come out. That is for sure. But it's a matter of when. With these sort of projects that Dale's doing, it doesn't put time frames on them because it sort of fits around whatever's doing. And if not one, like bots and combats have got to be every 4 weeks coming out. You know, bot combat, bot combat, bot combat. Anything else can be sort of put to one side and put in whenever. So it depends on what Dale's doing, what it can fit in. If you can't fit it in, it doesn't matter. We can go less and we'll just wait and not do it. If it's not ready by a couple of weeks, we can go, we're just going to put it back another 2 weeks. It's not the end of the world, but Computron will be the next 5-star combiner out. Grind says, did you say I misspelled her name? No, we said that you're one of the few people that spelled it right. Well done. It is a bit of a strange spelling when we spell Ola's name. Normally you don't spell it with a H, but she does. So well done. Algorithms put. I'm just waiting for them to lower down the HQ level requirements for the Metroplex campaign. Or you could just increase your HQ level. When they do this big, it's called Clash of Rama, I think, in Clash, but you know, it'd be a big Transformers event where you get the speed up the upgrade time. So I'd take advantage of that. But yeah. Volcanica 69's put my guess is 4 months at least. What for? If it's for Computron, I don't think it'd be 4 months. I think it'd be a bit faster than that. I think Dale right now has promised Cyclonus and Powerglide. He'll work on that for the next few weeks. And then I think he'll be on to Computron. I think by then as well, the changeover would have been a bit more complete. And Computron's halfway there already. We've already talked about what we're going to do with him. We've got a good idea. So we already started that conversation off and we sort of started to not test it but throw ideas around. So he's got that. He's got to put it into place. I think there was a problem where he did something and it was a good idea, but it wouldn't work the way it was. It meant that the combiners lasted all the battle pretty much or something, and I can't remember now. So I can't remember what it was exactly, but yeah, they couldn't do it, and so Dale was trying to find a way around it because it was a really cool idea, and I don't mind that. I like some things a bit fresh, a bit new, a bit different. It's gonna, you know, spice the game up a bit, so I'm fine with doing that. Last prize, but it did just release Volk less than 2 months ago. Yeah, but yeah, 2 months is not a long time for a combiner. Don't forget we wait a year for a combiner sometimes for the new combiners. So getting upgraded is yeah. Let's have a look. Algorithms, but I can't. It takes so long. That's what I'm saying though. They're doing an event where all the upgrade times are going to be slashed. So when that comes around, you'll probably get to HQ 16 quicker. You know. I don't know how long it's going to be, when it's going to be, but it's going to be good. Lumega 123, welcome to the stream. Finally catching live again. Busy times. Yeah, the daylight savings times are absolute nightmare. So we've had our daylight savings last weekend. So we are back to normal again for the next 6 months, and then we'll be obviously changing again when the next daylight savings comes in. I think we should get rid of it. But hey, I'm just selfish. Daylight savings where the clocks go forward and go back.
I thought you talk about that.
Yeah.
I was like, is that about a game or is that about the box?
Yeah, it's rubbish. Yeah, just I would just say if you're upgrading your base, just keep them build bots going. Don't let them stop. Keep going, raiding for Energon and Alloy, and get upgraded. And especially like, you know, when you've got an upgrade that's during a day. If you've got 5 upgrades going or 4 upgrades, whatever it is, and you're waiting 4 days and you're just gonna keep storage maxed out, you're gonna get raided and taken away from you. So don't worry too much. But when you see like, you know, 6 hours, 8 hours left for a defense or 2, then go and max out all your alloy and energon and get it done. Cool. Right, let's go into the game then.
Thank you. Do you mean
So
that
it looks like the camera's actually sorted itself out now. So look, it's a bit more.
Did that mean that you were pulling the crystals, or are you just talking around it?
Yeah, we're gonna put in the crystals.
Mm.
But I think some people are gonna be a bit surprised. So I think that I think most people were looking, thinking, yeah, was going for batch 17. Nope, Wozza ain't going for batch 17. So I have done a review in this batch, so go and see that. But I don't rate it. I've got the one bot that I really wanted out of your con. There's some bots in there that are really essential because the combiner parts, but not for the bots. So sadly, I think I've pretty much got what I want from that batch. So I'm not too bothered. Now I could put all my 4-star shards. 1 second. So I've worked it out there, and I've got about 30,000 4-star shards, I think. 30,000 5-star shards in there. I've obviously got some in there. And I've got crystals. I'll get this weekend. I'll have more, but I'm waiting to see if any new cores come out. I've been waiting for 18 months pretty much, because when the last cores came out, the water cores, things like that, I just cashed in my gold and G metal building cores and then got them anyway, so I didn't need them. So I'm still saving them. I've still got loads of things to save, but I am gonna pull some 5-star crystals. So we ain't going for the new batch. We're not. So I'm quite happy with this batch. I said to Dale, I said, if they fix Retgar so that when you drop your combiner, whatever ability you use will sort of continue. I had a big conversation with Dale about it. I rang him the other night about something else. We had a conversation about that, and he's like, yeah, we really do need to fix it, but it's because how he explained it was, and it does make sense. He said that what happens is when you drop your combiner, it kills all your bots. That's how the system works. It kills all your bots. The combiner comes out, the combiner dies, and the computer remembers where your bots were and regenerates them. So because your bots died, they lose all effects. So it's not a simple case of just fixing that. It needs to be something else. But we worked it out. It's because it's a vector, because it gets rid of any effect. But then we were like, well, maybe you could add something else in to make it different. And then Dale said maybe we should change it. I was like, no, because it's unique. We have to go back and forth. But until they fix Retgar, I don't want grapple. So I'm done with that batch. Completely done. Inferno, I might want to get, but it's a guaranteed pull, so there's no like rush. I could literally just cash a few 4-star shards in and go and get him. So it's a 1-in-1. It's a guarantee. So no, I'm not gonna go and chase him as such. Don't need to. Just if and when I think when HQ19 drops, I might pull him before that. So then we've got Rotorstorm and Sentius. Not a big fan. It's not gonna bother. I've got Hoister pull. It's a guaranteed pull. Not a big fan. I'd rather get Trailbreaker when he comes out as part of Skyrim, which will happen. So, Hoist is staying there. Then we've got Ironhide, Blur, and Slingshot. Not a fan of any of them, really. I don't need Ironhide because I've got pipes. Don't really like Blur. I don't really need Slingshot for the acid or the fire or anything, so he'll be left out, I think. Another combiner bot, Skylinks, for Skyrain, so he's there in case I need to pull him. So there's no rush per se. I can just leave him there. So there's obviously another bot there just waiting for Skyrain to sort of be announced, and I'll go and pull it. No rush. I've got Warpath out of this batch, so I wanted. I don't really like Perceptor and RC, so I'm not gonna bother. So the bots I actually want are actually in batch 2 and batch 3. So the reason that I want batch 3, I've wanted Springer since he was announced as a 5-star. I've always wanted Springer. It's been like the elusive. Everyone's always got a bot that they've never been able to pull. So Springer's the one. Now the good news is it'll pull Springer. Brilliant. I'm happy. Buzzing. That is the jackpot. It'll pull Firefly. It's another combiner bot. Now I need Power Glide. I need Firefly. There's still a few combiner bots to come. Let's have a quick look at Superion. Let's have a look. So Firefly, obviously missing. Power Glide is going to be an event soon as a legacy. And then I think Skydive and Alpha Bravo, I think one will be a legacy. I think Alpha Bravo might be a legacy bot. And I think Skydive might be part of a 5-star batch. Because I don't think Skydive needs a rework as such. So that's my prediction. So Firefly, I need obviously for that. The rest I'll get when the events come out. So Firefly will kind of complete Superior in preparation for the other events. And then lastly, we've got Ultra Magnus. I know some people are going to be like, oh, you do not want Ultra Magnus. He's absolutely awful. And he is. He's pretty crap. But he's going to be the next rework after Cyclonus and Power Glide. It's going to be Ultra Magnus and Galvatron. So they're trying to make them the same, basically. So I would get Ultra Magnus, so hopefully he's decent after the rework. So who knows? Listen, I could pull him, could level him, and he could be rubbish. But what I always do is I pull these bots and I get them to 50, keep them there. Firefly, I'm not too fussed if I don't. But Ultra Magnus, if I pull him, I will literally level him to 50. So I don't mind pulling all this batch. I don't mind. So what we're going to do, we've done this before. What we're going to do is we're not going to do guess the bot, guess the bot, guess the bot like that. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is how many pulls do you think it will be until I get Springer? Will I get him on my first pull? Will I get him on the second pull? Or will I get him on the third pull? So put it in the chat now, guys.
Who's Springer?
So Springer is that one there, and I'll show.
Oh, I thought you already got him.
I have as a 4-star, but not as a 5-star. And I'm doing a few backdoors, so backdoor attack Springer is quite essential. So let's have a look at Springer. This is Springer here. So Springer.
Am I pulling it?
Well, I want you to. So turn to a car, yeah. And then helicopter as well.
There's a helicopter outside of our class today.
Yeah.
Obviously, like really near the building.
And then back to the bot again. So it's a triple changer. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, stick it in the chat. Will I get a Spring on my first pull, my second pull, or my third pull? Stick it in the chat. If you guess right, I will send you a Sunstreaker Wozza Stash Crystal.
Wait.
It is that simple.
Is the only one that I'm pulling? Or there's more?
I will give you £10 if you pull in first.
First? What about second?
I'll give you £5.
What about third?
Nothing.
Hey!
You're going to get it no matter what, aren't you? So yeah.
I feel like I'll wear my goalie gloves, but I don't want it.
Your goalie gloves?
I don't know.
Why would
It
you
gives
goalie
me
gloves?
good luck!
Go and get them on then.
I don't know where they are.
We're not
They're probably in my bag.
That's all what everyone is put in. So we've got CF Tactics. Thanks for joining the stream, buddy. Good to see you. Go and check out CF Tactics channel as well. He has his own channel. So CF Tactics, I reckon second pull, Last Prime first pull, Candyman first pull. Matt Pauly, but you might end up with Ultra Magnus. Maybe I won't bother though. Like I said, with rework. Johnny Butler second, Erod's first. Giga second, Lumega second. Everyone's saying second or first. Blade 19 reckons first. How many do you think it'll take? Skytime's asking.
Me.
How many do you think?
I'd say.
You want it to be first, I know that, because you get £10, but.
To be honest.
What do you think though?
If I wanted it to be, it would be the first, but my opinion, I would think it would be second.
You think second? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
To be honest, I think it's like second or third.
Volcanica second, Blade 19 first. I tell you, if it's third, then I'm not giving money codes out. Oh, Razorhorn said third. He's the only person I think said third. I think, is it? Yeah. Everyone else said first or second. I hope so. Save me some shards. If it's first, save me a lot of shards.
What, so you want to get third?
No, I want to get first.
Oh.
Or to what first, but can I come over and be your paid 5-star puller?
No! You're not taking my job.
Cool. Right, get your guesses in, boys. Get your guesses in. So, Ola, I want you to click on Get Now, right there, on that one. Yep, press confirm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, press continue. Then I want you to do it again.
Okay.
Yep, I want you to do at least 2. I think that if I get Springer and then get Firefly, I might not pull Ultra Magnus and wait. Or if I get Springer and Ultra Magnus, I might not pull Firefly and wait until Superior comes out. Because I'll get more shards, so I'm not sort of like stuck for shards. And I know I know people are going to look and go, 16,000 shards, you ain't stuck for shards. But I want to keep some in the bank so I can pull Skylink whenever I want to. I can pull Inferno if I want to. Who else do I need? Combiner bots. Obviously, Combiner bot, I need Ironhide as well. So I do need to keep some in the bank so I can go and get them bots as of when. Still not to Prime yet as well. So I know Grind Time said like, oh my god, you're missing so many 5-star bots. I worked out, if I pulled all my crystals, every single one, I would have everything apart from 2 in the new batch. I'd have that many 5-star shards. I'd have like 75,000 5-star shards. If I pulled every crystal I've got. But I'm waiting for those new cores. Hopefully they might come out. So you never know. You never know. You know what I say. If you don't like it, if you don't need it, save it. That's sort of what I say. So we'll see. Just hurry up and pull it. All right. Okay. That's it, guys. No more guesses. Matt Paul's like, first pull, sending positivity. Good man. Good man. Right. Oh, let's go. Let's pull my 5-star crystal.
You normally type it in the chat, but okay.
It's all right. It doesn't matter. Cool. Click it. Let's have a look.
Oh, yes.
Close my eye. Okay. Is it good?
I don't know.
No, that's not good. Ocean Magnus. So I've got the That's not good. That's probably worst case scenario, isn't it? Really, because then, yeah, I need Springer now. So we've not got on first pull. Okay. That's not good. You need to get it now, Orla, or you're not getting no money. You've not got £10 now, have you? Because you've not pulled it. So.
£1.
No.
What about 1.5?
No.
What about 50p?
No. Nothing. Nothing. If you don't get it now, I'll go for your reaction. Go on then. You might want
Saying a prayer.
Go on and say a prayer.
I did it.
If you don't help now, then what are you gonna do?
Shut up.
Still Springer looks like, don't you?
Shut up.
That's not good. That's not good.
At least you got Firefly.
I don't know about what Springer in one pull really, but hey.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The Lord doesn't tell my hands what to do.
So we've got a guaranteed Springer now. Guaranteed Springer. Let's pull him.
I want to do it.
Go on then. So yeah. Wow. So yeah, only one person said third pull, and that was a Razorhorn. So well done. It's not like I can do it. Be lucky you're doing it, can it? Is it? Because it's the only one you can pull now.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. So no money for you, Orla.
Oh well. I don't care.
You do.
No, I don't.
You really do.
I don't.
You really do.
I'm only getting money.
So
no, I'm getting money off one of my friends. Can't remember which one.
Go on.
Halima.
Pull the last one then. Let's pull Springer. Let's get him. Yeah, Jason roll it. Yeah, looks like I'm finishing the batch off. And there is Springer to
the rescue.
Finish the batch off. Done. So.
Why can I not see my body?
So how many shards have we got?
I want to do more.
I want to do more and do another giveaway. That's what I'm thinking. So I want to pull the Prime.
Yes.
But I want to do one pull.
Oh my god!
Right.
Please.
Oh, Grant has donated $10 for you.
Yay! I get it.
You're too soft, honestly.
Thank you.
$10 is not £10, though, it's less. So.
I don't care.
Right, okay, I'll tell you what, guys. I'll give you £5 if you pull Optimus Prime first go, then, yeah?
Okay.
Deal? Okay, hang on. Put in the chat, guys. I'm going to pull Optimus Prime or Windblade. I'm going to pull one crystal. Who am I going to pull? Optimus Prime or Windblade?
All the Star wins me.
Yes, Victor, Optimus Prime, yes. Never. Listen, it's Transformers, and I've not got Optimus Prime. That's quite ridiculous, to be honest. But yeah, I don't mind doing some rush and smashes, things like that. But any info can buy them as well. So look at buying a bot. So Prime or Windblade, put in the chat. What's up?
Yeah, my favourite comment so far. All still wins in the end. I always still win in the end.
You didn't win. You lost.
Well, I still won in my heart. In my mind, I won.
Simon Hayes, what's my combat for Springer? Well, that's the thing. I have got on. So, Trax is actually not here. Trax is not here in the chat as well. But, just someone that follows my channel members. But, I have Peacemaker. And so, Trax hit me up and said, have you seen, so I was doing some testing, but you can't think of everything. But Trax was like, have you tried Peacemaker on a back door? I was like, no. So, he showed me a video where he used Peacemaker on Cup and Springer, did a back door. And then it just hacked anything that wasn't, because it's got good range, anything that wasn't destroyed was hitting the bots. It was hacking them. I was like, alright, that's really, really cool. That's a really good use. I'll try that out. I actually tried it out. Got a Cup up there, got a Springer up there. So every time you jump Cup, it was hacking again. I was like, alright, interesting. So I jumped Cup to get another hack, and then Cup just started walking the length of the base. And I mean the length of the base, just got on his toes and started going. So, yeah, maybe not use Peacemaker right now if he's still bugged. Quite disappointing, really. But yeah. Grind Time said you made the stream so much more entertaining. Oh, thanks. Cheers.
Yay! I was doing a chicken dance earlier.
Yeah, he was, yeah. Oh, Callum's in the stream. Thanks for joining, Callum. Yeah, good to see you. So what's everyone saying? Let's have a look. So, Vic Ching, is that your guess, or is that you two going? What? He's put Optimus Prime. I don't know if that's his guess, or just showing why.
I don't know.
Let me know. So we've got Last Prime playing saying Windblade, CF Tactics saying Windblade. Candyman saying Prime. Highly Classified saying Wind. Giga Optimus. Blade 19 saying Optimus. Lumega saying Op. Windblade. For Backwards Entertainment. Grind Time says Optimus. Jenny Butler says Optimus. Simon Hayes says Optimus. London's Corn and Jason Rowley reckon Windblade. E-Rod reckons Optimus. Blade 19 says Optimus is a game changer. Are you mental? I say that word quite a bit.
What?
Mental. Vic Ching's put all it is the best. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, so Vic Ching said Optimus Prime as well, and Grindtime said Prime. Yeah, I saw yours, yes. I know Grindtime.
Can I pull it now?
Alright, Mr. Patient. This is sass.
But I want to do it.
Alright, do it.
Okay. You can
Okay.
read all the comments while I'm waiting.
No, you are exactly. So just
no,
did.
No.
I read all the comments while you were waiting.
No.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
No.
Right, okay.
I was doing all this. You could have done the comments.
That one there. Look at all them. I've lost all them shards. Look at that. That's awful. Okay, cool.
I'm press continue.
Okay, cool. Where am I going? Wrong place. Right. Your first one, Ola, was a disaster. So come on now. Okay.
I told you I should have used my goalie gloves.
Let's have a look. Let's press. Let's go.
Wait.
Optimus Prime.
I need to do my prayer.
You did pray last time. It didn't work.
Well, I need to do it now. You can do the comments while I'm waiting. If there's no new ones, just talk to them.
Just hurry up. Okay. Open it. You know Optimus Prime is, don't you? Better be.
Of course I do.
Better be. Better be. Are you grounded? Again. You ground every time you pull these, you know.
Ding. No, go ahead. Yay!
Yay! Well done.
That sound.
That's good, because that means I've saved myself 5,000 shards there. I'd never go back for Windblade now, I don't think. Cool. Not bad. Well done. So, yeah. So, now that means that I've finally got 5-star Optimus Prime. It's been a long time coming. So, I think next event, I think the Power Glide event, I'll get Springer and Optimus Prime up to level 50. I've got plenty of spark to put into them. And yeah, I'll probably level Springer first, I think, and an Optimus Prime. I'll be both at the same weekend. Who knows? But yeah, got some bots to level now. That's pretty good. So let's just say who said Optimus Prime. Let's have a look through.
A lot of
Don't
people
forget
did.
to hit me up after the stream, guys. So we've got Big Ching. We've got Gok. We've got Candyman, we've got Giga, we've got Blade 90, we've got Lumega, we've got Grind Time, Johnny Butler, we've got
one.
Simon Hayes. Go on then. Who else?
I can't see it. I don't have glasses on.
You just said, I want to say some, and then you can't even say them.
Erods?
Yep, we got Erods. Is that everyone's guesses, I think? Well, yes. If you guys guessed Optimus Prime, then hit me up after the stream, guys, and I'll give you a code.
Oh, that's a Girl Power Club.
The what? Little Girl Father Club. Cool, well done. Right, well, Orla is now going to bed now. Say good night, guys. Say goodbye.
Wait, I just got my second depressant.
Yes, it is night time for Orla. So, say goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Michael, give me a hug for bed. Go on. Thank you. If you want to watch the stream, you can watch it in bed if you want to in your iPad. Yeah, I don't mind. In
My
bed.
iPad did it late.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, that's like 1 minute.
Good night, baby.
Bye bye.
Cool. Not too bad. Optimus Prime and Springer out of it. I mean, it cost me what, 20,000 shards. It's not awful, is it? It's not awful, but it's not okay, innit? Cool. Cool. Right. Well, now back onto business. Back onto the content part of the stream. So obviously the big news over the past week is the boycott. So for those that don't know, we obviously had a 200k event planned in for a 5-star combat for the rank. So the idea was, I think the 4-star combat was about 60 to 70k, something like that, I think it was. We had a BBE item, I think at 75k, something like that it was. And then we had the 5-star at 100k. And then we had 2 ranks. We had the major at 150 and general at 200 it was. So SpaceX announced that event and announced the Titan event 200k as well, pretty much in close proximity. And a lot of players literally lost their minds over it. And they're sort of saying that we've got the endurance and we've got the 200k combat event and we've got a Titan event all in close proximity. After the last endurance, we had quite a big event as week 1. So people not happy saying, listen, you're putting a lot of big events in these sagas now. It's getting a bit ridiculous. And all of a sudden, I was invited into a chat, and it was all of some of the top players in the game, most influential players in the game, all sort of saying, listen, we are not happy with this at all. Like, you know, Space Ape are sort of putting lots of things behind the paywall, and we're going to fight. We're going to boycott it. We're not going to play the event. We're not going to spend at all. All these sort of things being talked about. So obviously this has been passed on to Space Ape. They know about it. It's been talked about in chats, things like that. So this goes on for a few days, and then after that they go, right, okay, we're not doing the combat event. We're going to make it a 50k event for the 4-star, and we're going to cancel the Titan event. Now, for me personally, I wasn't too concerned with the combat event. I was concerned there's too many big events, but I wasn't concerned with the combat event because I've always said that if it's a bot or a combat or a skip, you don't have to go and get it. It's not like you're going to go really far behind unless it's like unbelievable content, but then you don't mind spending for it. If it's like if it was like Nightstick, for example, you know, a bot like that, or like Leo Prime, then I understand people are like, oh my god, I need to get this bot, so I need to spend. But you can do well in wars without ranks. You really can. I know plenty of people that don't even have, you know, whatever rank. I mean, don't have mages, don't have generals, and you know, probably don't even have anything ranked past, you know, I can't remember the rank now. Hang on. Yeah, so they won't have any even captains. So you don't need that that content, you can literally finish at 100k, get your 5-star combat, and be done. And you could then just go, you know what, I'm not going for the 5-star, it's a bit too far, I'll go for the BBE. You can sort of set your own event on what you want to do. And I was fine with that. But my big point was that you could argue that Titans are the same sort of content, but for me it's not. It is completely different. Wars are won and lost with Titans. If your Titan gets beat very early, or quite early in the match, you can lose your whole team to a Titan. It's that important. So, although the ranks skips 5-star combat, 4-star combat is not essential, Titans are essential, and they put that at a 200k event as the prize at 200k. And I was like, that's not right. That's not right. Putting absolutely essential content, that's the key word, and it is. At the top level of the game, it is essential content. And I spoke to Dale. We had a phone call, talked about a few other things, but I sort of said, you do understand that, let's just say that out of these 3 top teams at the minute in the game, out of them 120 people, let's just say that only 80 of them are willing to do that event out of those 120, and 40 don't. After that event, once then people start leveling that 5-star Titan, those teams will not be able to afford to have people without 5-star Titans in their team. It will be a requirement pretty much that you have to have a 5-star Titan. And so all of a sudden, those 3 teams struggle to recruit people. So you're going to have gaps in teams. You're going to have players coming up that maybe aren't as good. You're going to have players that are as good that can't compete because they haven't got it, and will probably either do what I do and sort of drop down and go, right, well, not much I can do really, and just sort of relax a bit and go, I'm not sort of having that competitive edge, I'm sort of backing down a bit and relaxing, or they'll quit the game. And that's not good for the game at all for people to do that. And I said that, when they sort of bring something a bit more exciting out about wars, when they bring something decent about events out, when they make the game a bit fresher, I will gladly step back up again. I've always said as well that they need to remove cooldowns for wars. When they do that, I will gladly go up and start competing at a higher level. But right now, in terms of time constraints, right now in terms of the content coming out, I'm not happy with it. So why would I put my everything into the game when I'm not really happy with the lifestyle balance and the monetary balance between getting value for your money? So without going off on a tangent, anyway, Spaceit, like I said, cancelled both events, but I didn't think they needed to cancel the content of the combat event. I thought the combat event was fine. I think that's the key for me. If you want to put a 200k event in there for people that want to do 200k, good luck to them. Let them go and spend hundreds of dollars chasing them ranks. I'm fine with that. There were people at top alliances that are on defense maybe that think that's essential. I heard that most people went and got them ranks when they came out and put on Beachcomber, which I kind of understand. So I understand people are going to want that content. I don't necessarily want it. I don't necessarily need it. So I'm fine with them doing 200k as long as I can do less. As long as I can do my 100k and get decent content or whatever I need, I'm fine. It's your choice. But that Titan has to be available. And it's not going to be available free to play, guys. Let's be honest, it's not. Think about the work that goes into creating these 5-star Titans and the artwork and everything else. It's all been a plan. So, me personally, I said it can't be anything more than 150k, but I think the event needs to be 125k. That's where it should be at. I think 125k. People have said to me that 75k is achievable free to play. I don't know. I'm yet to really see any hard evidence. I'm not saying it's not. I find it unlikely without any evidence to really believe that. But I can get 50k quite comfortably with the side pass. So I'm pretty sure that 60k, 65k is achievable. Maybe 75, maybe a push. But that's sort of the limit, I think. So you got to think if a free-to-play player can get 75k, they need to get 50k to get to 125. That's still a lot of points, 50k. So people are going to have to spend to get to 125k. I don't think that's a bad thing. If you want that top content, then you will need to pay. And let's be honest, 50k is probably going to cost you about $40, $50. if you want it. You could argue that's too much, maybe, but I think that's probably about right. But again, the argument is you will have to do that for Metroplex. You will have to do that for Fort Max. You will have to do that for the Ark, and you'll have to do it for the next Titans coming out later this year. So that's $200. And the problem is as well is that you will go and chase Metroplex, you will get 5-star Metroplex, you will level it to level 25, which are the new levels that are coming out, and then they will bring out Fort Max, and as soon as that is 5-star, level 25, that eradicates the need for Metroplex. Because they said they're going to balance it, they won't be able to. I will foresee that. I once said that Titans are one of the worst things that comes to this game. The coolest, but one of the worst. Along with the Titan tech tree. Impossible to balance. I said that at the time, and I still think that is the case. So, not too sure what they're going to do with it. They did talk about putting it in the store. That's another option as well, but not exclusively. But we're hoping that we're going to get the event down to 125k. Knowing Hyro, I don't think he will. I think it'll be 150k. Will we see another boycott? Who knows? Time will tell. It depends if the players are willing to spend to get to 150k or not. Whether they've got the time to get to 150k, and whether they actually think it's actually quite reasonable, considering that content is going to be irrelevant by the end of the year. So, let me know what you guys think in the chat, in the comments. Would you compete in a 150k event for the Titan? Do you think it's worth that for it to be made relevant in a few months' time? That's the big question. Would you have enjoyed the combat event at 200k? Would you have bothered? Have we chose the wrong sort of direction? Did we want the combat event to stay? Was it a good actual setup? Was it the Titan event that we actually wanted cancelled and we've actually maybe blurred the lines between the two? Let me know in the comments and let me know what you guys think. So let's see what everyone's sort of saying. There's a few people talking about obviously all the crystals, and Lumega saying brings back memories of when my daughter would pop crystals for me. Yeah, my son used to, Jake, and then yeah, hardly see him now. He's upstairs in his room all the time. Last prize, but I don't really focus on combat events since they don't seem very important. Yeah, I think they do it at the high level of the game, but it depends on the combat as well. Tracks actually just did come in. Talk about you earlier actually. So yeah, good to see you, Tracks. Thanks for joining, buddy. Long served member. Thank you. Last prize, but if you still have 8 bots, then it's not bad to lose your Titan. Yeah. Also depends, I suppose. Yeah. Volcanic 69, but Wales will most likely have the 5-star upgrade from Metroplex, and everyone else will struggle. Yeah, that's a good point. But maybe that's right because they're going to pay for it. But it depends what you classify as a whale. I don't think I'm a whale. But I probably would spend for it though. The girls put question: should I save those summon crystals? I have like 23,000 right now. I don't know what do you mean by summon crystals? Do you mean just crystals, or do you mean the free crystals, the prem crystals? Depends what it is. I have like 23,000 right now on good 3 and some 4 stars without G.I. Joe Hound and some combiner parts. My summoning hand has been itching a lot. I would say if you don't have every 4-star in the game and most 5 stars and a good war team, then go and pull your crystals. There's no point in saving them. You got to think that I think some people copy what I do and they sort of have a misconception of why I do it. I don't save them for any other reason than trying to get ahead of future content because I've got everything right now. I have literally got every piece of content in the game that I want, other than some 5-star bots. But if I pull them 5-star bots, they're not going to change anything overnight. They're not going to improve my war team. They're not going to give me any better raiding teams. They're not going to give me the new combiners yet because they're not out. So there's literally no content out there right now that I need. So all I'm doing is preparing for the next content release, whatever that is. Whether it's the next combiner, whether it's the next lot of calls, it's HQ19. I am just saving for the next thing, but that's because I've got everything in the game. Don't store crystals, guys, if you're not in that position. It's a very elite, top-level mentality to do that. It's not good for low players to sort of save crystals. Unless you're doing a YouTube video or something, then yeah, I kind of get that. I used to do that back in the day when I didn't have everything. But unless you're really ahead of content and got everything, just go and pull your crystals as you get them. Get them 4 stars, get the Duke 4 stars, get the 5 stars. Maybe save for a Mega Supreme, he's got 5 stars. I understand that, because you're trying to get some content. But but I would advise definitely open your 4 stars anyway. Also, Phil's put there shouldn't be anything in this game that you can't grind for free to play. I kind of get your outlook, but sadly, if the game doesn't make enough money, it will just shut down. We've got to realise that and got to understand that it's not a game that we can have free to play. Sadly, it's not. Further down the line, everything will come free to play eventually, but you will be behind for those 3, 6, 9 months, whatever it is, and you have to accept that. So maybe, yeah, everything is available for a grind later down the line, which even Titans will be, by doing events and getting 5-star shards. So even they will be, but it will be a grind, but it will be further down the line as well. And I don't think players in the top level will be willing to wait that long, really, because it means that it just ruins everything what they're doing. So there's going to be people that are running top alliances that won't do that and have to drop out. And it's not just about staying relevant in wars, maybe, but yeah, it kind of is. But it's staying relevant in wars because you have a position of something, in the alliances as well. But Trackpad Lancaster support 75k is free to play if you don't lose a single battle in Zone 17, which is impossible. Is that without the pass as well, though? Can we say free to play sometimes? And we just mean buying no bundles, but that's not free to play, is it? It's using 50 cells. I think I need to emphasize that because I made that mistake. I did a video saying, yeah, free to play using 75 cells, and I got absolutely battered for it. And I was like, you know what? Fair. You've got a fair point, so yeah. But Trackpad Lancaster support, you lose 10 to 15% of your battles, which is still less battles, even adding the losses. Yeah, so I found that weekend. Someone said to me that they won 99% of the battles and lost 2 battles of a whole weekend. I lost about 10 last weekend. It was a lot. Volcanica 69 did about 30k in the past event. Still a decent amount. Trackpad Lancaster support Titan in the store is going to be 250 to 500 US dollars. No, it's not. It won't be 500 US dollars. I think you're being a bit extreme there. I think it'll be $150, like the BBE was when it first came out. I think it'll be $150. I really do. CF Tactics put Titans are overpriced, and the 5-star definitely will be. Well, yeah, I spoke to Dale about that, and basically said, yeah, listen, I understand he's cautious, Hyro. I get that, but he's being too cautious, and it's actually ruining the game. He needs to just loosen a bit. And I said to Dale, I said, what you need to do is ask Hyro what price he thinks it should be, then knock 30% off whatever he says, and bring it as that. So if he says $150, then bring it out $100. If he says $100, bring it out $65 because he's always too high. Yeah, CF Tactics, but we haven't even got it in PT yet. I think when we were testing Titans, I think we had them for a week. I think it wasn't long. It wasn't. Blade 90's but 150k event is still overpriced. Yeah, I think so. I think 125 is the sweet spot. I think. Dustin Brilliant spot. I was going for the Titan 200k. The combat was too much. So 100k for Titan was too much, but 200k for Titans, alright. Interesting. Matt Paul's put, I think 100k is too high. Well, subject to the need to keep the lights on and charge something. So 100k seems fair-ish. Yeah, but I think 100k, you're talking like $20. It's not a lot, is it? Let's be honest. But Last Prime, $200 periodically is not considered a whale. Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah. Dark Terror, welcome to the stream. I said I always have a 4-star Titan, 6k more 4-star shards. I'm going for a Scorponok. Not sure that's a good choice or not. Well, it depends. I was again speaking to Dale about things. I was like, about people playing the game, and he's like, do you know? He said there is a player in this game that has played for I think it was something like 7,000 days or something like 8,000 something. No, was it? No. Hang on. It was just a bit less than me. So played for about 2,500, 2,000 days. So a decent amount. And he's like, and they've only done 1,000 battles. He's like, all they do is log in, open crystals, maybe buy some crystals, collect the bots, and log out again. That's all they pretty much do, just collect crystals and collect bots. Like, really? He's like, yeah. People just use it as a collecting thing like Pokemon. don't even bother playing the game, playing events. They just collect crystals like that. That's mad. But hey, if that's what they want to do with the game, fair enough. They're putting money into it. They're helping keep the game going. So why not? Yeah, Chris Harmon's Wozza need to get the 8 to do something with Prime Core shards. Yeah, they are looking at doing something. So yeah. Trax Pen Lancaster support. Congrats on 5-star Springer, Ultra Magnus, and Firefly Optus Prime as well. Yeah, well, yeah, I got my reasons for each one. Like, you know, they'll do alright. They'll do something. Chris Hammond put, I think Titans are great. I disagree with you, Titans. The only change I'd make, they should use them in events. Yeah, but they can't because it makes events even easier than what they are. So they're already too easy. If I'm honest with you, just use it. Listen, I get it, but let's be honest. I think sometimes you have to have an honest conversation. We will always want more of something. We will always want the game to be easier inside ourselves, but we have to understand that there's balance. We have to understand that things cost money. We have to accept that. And having a combiner that can be at the very top level of the game in events is not balanced, guys. It's not. Zone 17 was always made for you to probably run a full team and a combiner to win. That's my view. It's the highest zone in the game. So, you know, it does need balancing, sadly. So adding Titans into that is a definite no-no. I don't think you'll ever see Titans in events. Also, Phil's put there are other business models other than making it a paywall arms race. Yeah, but we don't want to go down the route of having adverts in the game, so I don't know what other games are you thinking of. Also, Phil's put, in other words, I completely disagree with you. Your take on how this game should go. Fair enough. You are well entitled to your opinion, but more than entitled. And listen, it'd be a very boring game if we all agree with each other and all said this is how it should be. You know, we have different opinions, and that's fine. You know, and I always say that to people that I wouldn't say arguments, but disagreements with people. But I don't hold anything personally, you know, because that's how debates are sparked and how the game pushes forward by having those debates. And there's been plenty of times where I've had a debate with someone and I've gone, well, like you just done then, like, I think you're wrong. And I've said that, and people get offended sometimes and try and emphasize the point and go, no, I am right. But then you can't argue facts sometimes. That's when I sort of get my back up when I go, well, this is a fact. And they go, no, it's not. I go, it is. It is a fact. No, it's not. And you're like, well, it is. That's not opinion. But you know, we need to have that opinion and need to have that chat. And there's been quite plenty of times, well, honestly, where I have said something and someone else has said something else and gone, yeah, but have you thought of this? And I've gone, you know what? No, I didn't think of that. That's a good point, actually. But one thing I don't think we can disagree on is that the game needs to make money. I think that we all need to know. We all know that. So the question is how to make that money in it. Yeah, Volcanic 69's put Titans at OP and people would solo with one bot. Yeah. Yeah, Trax Pelanca's put, yeah, when he said about getting 75k, that's with the 75 fuel cells. So if you are pure free to play, you probably get 50k. Yeah. Yeah, I think I worked out like 45k free to play with sleep, so yeah. Last prize, but the only benefit to the 25 extra cells is getting 2 extra attacks at the beginning and don't have to log on as much. Yeah. But then I suppose if you wake up in the morning and you got longer than the 5 hours, then you've obviously got 75 again. You got them 2 extra attacks, I presume. So yeah. And Drax has put Titans cause too many issues. One more thing you have to keep track of during wars and battles. Yeah. Polish put, is that player with only 1,000 battles actually grind Titans both account? Chris Hammond put, well, wasn't I do more in events than you do? I will guarantee that I have done more in events in this game's life cycle than you, though. Don't think you can argue that. They are not easy at all. No, I'm not saying the events are easy. I'm saying the battles are easy. Zone 17 is very easy. It is. If you can take a combiner into Zone 17 and win successfully, that is not balance. It's not. I'm not saying the events are easy. The events are not easy at all. But the battles within them events are easy. If that was the case, we would all do 3 or 4,000k an event. So I always go back to this. I used to play a game called TFL. Now, if you play TFL at a higher level, you will know that this game is not grindy compared to that. It would be like the Minerva leaderboard for 5 days. That's what TFL was like. You would have to play it for 10 hours a day for 5 days. Otherwise, you could not compete on the team v team events. That was grindy. And when I say 10 hours, I mean 10 hours. I don't mean do a few battles, have a rest, go and have something to eat, go out with the wife, come back. I mean 10 hours blocked, non-stop grind. Massive grind. Massive grind. But don't get me wrong, for that grind, it saved you a lot of money. So it didn't cost you as much money. It was very much in between. If you grinded a lot, it didn't cost you a lot, or you could spend money and save that time. But then the game closed down, which I think is it all really. If you have it where, you know, Autobot Phil sort of said earlier, where you should be able to grind for anything, then do we go down that route of the game closing down for not making enough money, maybe? Honestly, because there's people that will grind all weekend to save money. So, I don't know. I get it. I do get it. I get the point. But, yeah. Grind, but no, I only have 2 accounts. 4 was way too many. But during COVID, I did kind of have 4 accounts. Mine, my sons, and my 2 daughters. Going off, will we get a major rank in the battle pass? I can't see it yet. I think we'll get the sergeant ranks and the captain ranks, but I don't think we'll get a major or a general anytime soon. Trackpen Lancaster's put, let's hope Hyro actually downloaded Transformers Angry Birds like he said he would when I suggested to research their pay scale model. It has been around longer and cheaper. No gacha, no cash items. I said to Dale about these events, I said, I challenge Hyro to go and do a 75k event free to play. I challenge him to do that because they can give them all, they can give themselves whatever resources. And listen, you can go and do a 200k event very easily if you go and give yourself infinite resources. So if I was to go and throw $500 at a 200k event, I could do it in a day. I could, but it's $500. It's a ridiculous amount of money for a 5-star Titan. So people are not going to spend that amount of money. They're going to spend and grind. They're probably going to spend $100 and grind the whole weekend. And like, I kind of agree with also Phil in that sense. You shouldn't be paying and grinding as much. You pay to skip. If you're paying $100, that event should be easy. $100 is still a lot of money. But if you're not going to pay $100, then it's going to be either really grinding with a bit of money, or not achievable for you to play, sadly. So they can make some money. But unpopular opinion. But yeah, I challenge him to say, go and get Hyro to go and do a 75k event free to play. Or with the battle pass only, say. Go and do it. And then you go and tell me it's easy. Go and do a 200k event, in fact. Go and do that. Matt Paul is running different accounts as well, he said. I think, presuming in lockdown when we had loads of free time. Hellraiser, stop giving apes ideas with all this grind talk. Well, if you want, instead, I can stop the grind talk and just say, make everyone pay $500 for the events. I know what I'd rather do. I'd rather grind. Backwards Entertainment's put, there are other ways to make money without grinding events like the side pass as an example. But that is not going to do enough, sadly. It's not. It's going to do alright, but it's not going to do enough. I don't think people realise what some of the whales spend on this game. I really don't. I am willing to bet there are people that will spend $1,000 on an event in this game. Quite a few. I don't think people realise that, honestly. Someone said to me once in a chat that some guy did a 100k event and spent $200, I think. $200 on a 100k event. And we're like, that is so inefficient. But maybe he was coining whole teams, I don't know. But if they want to do that, it's up to them, isn't it? You know. London's Calling wants Prime Core shards for G-Metal G1 cores. That's fair, yeah. Ghost of Sport, you are a lifesaver. I just used my crystals and nearly got all the bots for Defensor. Well done. I only need a 3-star first aid and I've set my first combiner. And got 2 bots for Skyrim. So, I believe either this weekend or next weekend, good timing is they're actually going to bring out a Combiner Gate Defensor bundle, which is like 6. Is it how many? It depends on it. It's between 400 and 800, depends on the one. A lot though. A lot of crystals for like $10, and you can buy 2 of them. I think one in the web store and one in the game. So you're talking like 800 crystals for like $20. If you haven't got Defensor yet, even in a 4-star, I would recommend you to go and buy them bundles. There's not a lot in this game, I will say. Go and buy them, but you will find most players will buy the Combiner Gate bundles. I'm saving mine, but I've got 2 Combiner Gate bundles for Canicus there. I've got 1 for Victoria on there, and I've got, was it 2, I think, or 1 for Superior. So I always buy them Combiner Gate bundles regardless. They're always good value. I always get them. Oh, so Hellraiser put the Combiner Gate bundles already on store, but not in game. So is it a store exclusive? Yeah, looks like it. Looks like it's a store exclusive. So yeah, I'd advise you to go and buy that if you haven't got Defensor yet. So yeah. Yeah, and Hellraiser Sport, great deal. They are great deals, honestly. I don't think you'll find anyone that says no. Traxxas Sport 8 should incentivize players to spend money, not disincentivize it with the gacha, especially. But it's a gacha game, though. It is, though. I get it. I went through some hell with gacha in this game and some bad drops and some good, granted, but some bad ones. I always go back to, I don't want to say it's too loud because it's the wife is, but I remember spending $300 trying to get 4-star Sea Spray. And I ended up putting a 4-star Silver Ball and lost my mind. So yeah, and that's back when it was 1% drop rates as well. So you know, be thankful, a lot better than what they are. But Traxxas Sport, you should get what you pay for. I think they need to increase the shards that you get with crystal. So if you do get $100 bundle, you should have enough shards to go and pull that 4-star at least. But yeah. Also, first put there are undoubtedly a lot of people who can't afford to play that way, but keep paying anyway. They're addicted. This game takes advantage of them. But yeah, definitely true. I'm not going to disagree with that one bit. You know, it's a good talking point. So we've talked quite well. I like these conversations, though. Honest conversations and open conversations. And yeah, I think you're right. I do. And I think that was me for a while. I really do. But I think it comes to a point where you sort of go, right, well, this is too much. But I think that point comes when you start to be. I was more of a completionist, really, trying to get all the bots that I needed and do well in wars. But I think that once you sort of look back on that and you go, I don't really need to do that anymore. And for me, it was the quality of the content. I wasn't happy with it at the time, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a back step. But if tomorrow they brought out a good bot, I'll just go right back in again, bang. I will go back at the events again, and that was always my thing. It was always events, it was always wars. But what it fed into it was always about wars. But if I needed a bot for a war to do something, then I would need to do an event to level that bot. Like I said there, I'll get them to 50. I'll pick an event that suits it so I can get them up, and it's still one for me. It's getting a new bot and it's level them up. I level them up, I get the new bot. Then I carry on. I look for new content that I want. I go, all right, I want that new content. I've got a bot I want to level. I'll level that up. That cycle breaks down though if the new content is not appealing, or the current content, there's nothing that you need to level. So that's where the breakdown is, and both of them need to, because I don't see the point in spending on an event. And people say, oh, I just solo it with Ruination. Man, it's such a waste. You've got the opportunity to get so much XP and put it into a bot. But if I've got nothing really to level, then why do the event to get that bot? And if the bot's not very good, I'm like, well, why spend to get a bot? Yeah, I want to level these bots, but I might wait for content I actually want rather than do it for this content. So that's where the balance needs to be. I algorithms, but I think the 400 crystals are the most efficient way of spending money in this game. Yeah, that and the battle pass, definitely. Algorithms put not only a high chance of getting 4-star bots, but also power core, spark, character shards. Yeah, fair point. I forgot about spark as well. Get a lot of spark as well. Blade 19, but I actually think they actually lose money by doing this Dino Gate. No, not at all. Not at all. Because we've got to think about the game's life cycle. It's at that point in the game now where people want a bit of cheap bundles. And we were talking in the other chats about doing like 99p bundles for like 20 prems. It's 20 prems. It's pretty crud. you'd be looking to get a 4-star of it, and it's random because it's just a prem. So I think having like a 99 or $199 bundle for like 20 prems, I think that's all right. I think that's good value, you know. And get I always say that I know it's an addictive thing. I don't like get into that really because not everyone plays the games addicted to it. Not everyone is addicted to purchase. People will purchase because they can. And we're talking to one person, and he spent a lot on this game, and I was like, "Why do you spend so much? Surely you can spend your money elsewhere." And he said, "Listen," because I'm paid X amount a year. It was a lot of money. He was from the UK. He's like, "I earn X amount of money." I'll be honest with you. He goes, "I've got a really nice car." He talking about car again. He was like, "I've got a really nice car I'm driving. It was a nice car." He's like, "I've got a 5-bedroom house. My kids want for nothing. My wife wants for nothing. At the end of everything, at the end of the day, I've got loads of money left over my wage. I don't smoke. I don't really drink. I spend time with my kids and family. We go on a holiday. That's all I spend it on. I've got this spare money. What else am I going to spend it on?" And he would spend $500 every single month, $600, $700, even $1,000 or £1,000 because we're from the UK every month, and not have to worry about it because he had that spare cash. I know that for some of us, we look at it and go, that is just mental. And I know that is for me the mental. I spending $1,000 on a mobile game, but he said like, if I enjoy that, then why not? You know, wasn't addicted. It's just, you know, it's something to spend it on, a hobby. So, you know, not everyone is sort of addicted to the game and things like that. But I think that if you have these cheap bundles, it gets people into the habit of spending and obviously spend more money and gets to the game. So yeah. Next up, so next subject. So that was a good chat. I enjoyed that. But next subject. So carrying on from 5-star Titans. So although they've announced that the 5-star Titan event is no longer happening in Saga, the 5-star Titan event will still happen. It will still come at some point. Now, I have a big problem with this because I said that at the minute we have Ruination completing Zone 17 on his own. It makes the game quite easy. It makes events easier in terms of beating those bases. Now there's talk of Ruination being nerfed. There's made the Zone 17 made harder, and there's all this sort of talk. But let's just presume they go ahead with that and make Ruination. They do nerf Ruination. Let's just go ahead with that narrative to sort of suit us a minute. And then they bring out 5-star Titans. So the idea of maybe nerfing Ruination would be because it makes Zone 17 too easy. In events, yes, but other things as well. So then, why do that? Because you know that the game's not balanced. In wars, you can take out a primary base with him in one bot. We spoke about it earlier. Why do that? Because you're not happy with that balance. So then bring out a 5-star Titan that can be a Zone 17 on its own. We will have bases where people will be able to just kill a few defenses, and the Titan will finish that Zone 17 war base in Prime League hard mode off on its own as a 5-star. And so I said to Dale, I said it's really poor planning. Because what you could do is you could develop these 5-star Titans, and then when HQ19 comes in, and you know, the HQ will probably get HP increase, let's be honest. When that happens, you can go, alright, well you can even add in, oh, let's add a Titan effect to have less damage from the Titan even. I don't know. But you can balance Zone 9, you can balance HQ19 around 5-star Titans. But what I feel like they do is they bring out 5-star Titans, then they're going to balance HQ19. But in that 6 to 8 months where there's no HQ19, it's going to be so easy to solo with a Titan. It's going to be so overpowered. It's unbelievable. It's going to make war's a joke. So I don't think they can release 5-star Titans before HQ19. They should come hand in hand. For me, they should release HQ19 and then go, and here is 5-star Titan. First one. For me, that's how it should go. I know that people want 5-star Titans because they waited for it and things like that, and they're going to be a bit disappointed because they want that content. I understand that, but it needs to balance. And they're so worried about balance and these bots that are overpowered in the game, and this talk of these bots being fixed or balanced or nerfed or anything like that. Then why are we then bringing other content that's going to be so OP? And some people will go, well, how do you know it's going to be OP, Wozza? Because the 4-star can pretty much take out HQ19 now, give or take with a bit of help. So a 5-star definitely will. So for me, it's the wrong timing. with the event. No, never mind the pricing structure. Never mind the points. It is really, really poor timing for 5-star Titans, and I think we need to wait, bring it out HU19, and balance it all together. What do you guys think? Do you think 5-star Titans will ruin the game, make it really easy? Do you think we just bring out 5-star Titans and do we sort of bring them down a bit? Do we scale them down? But then it's a Titan. It should be strong. So maybe scaling them down is wrong. It's going to be hard to balance. Let me know what you guys think. Let's have a look. Lost prize, but this is the drinking and smoking money. Oh, kind sounds like he said it. Do a shot. I don't listen. You guys can play a drinking game. You know what? If you do, you know what? If you're watching my stream and you are doing the drinking game, send me a screenshot and I will gladly send you a Sunstreaker Wozza / crystal. Gladly send me a screenshot of you doing a shot to my stream and I will gladly send you a code. And I'll make a little collage. And if anyone has face now, I'll make sure it's blurred out so no one's face or such like that. But yeah, like a little collage of people doing shots to me saying mental. I said it again, sorry. If I keep saying mental, that doesn't mean you do so many shots, you keep doing loads of shots. Just do the one, I just keep doing them. So if I keep saying mental, does that mean that you're going to do 4 shots? I say mental again, you're doing 5 shots, and all of a sudden you're getting quite drunk. And then if you keep saying mental, that just means you're getting hammered at home. Interesting. Blade 19 has put 5-star Titan should not be released until HU19 is out. I really think so. I really think that the jumping they're going to bit. I think they need some money in the bank because since they've done this sort of changeover, they lost a lot of money. But I'm having beer. Does that count? I don't know. Did you down it though? Did you down it when I said mental? You can't just show my stream and just go, yeah, and then they bought the beer out of my cupboard, you know. Yeah, I suppose you could cheat, I suppose. But here's an interesting for you. So when people say that the eights are money grabbers and things like that and all that, here's an interesting thing to prove that they're not. I don't think they are. So when Supercell said to Space Ape, we are shutting the game down. And they were like, oh my god, maybe it will, but we want to try and keep it alive, blah, blah, blah. And that's when they went into Yoda 1. Fast forward, you know the history. That's why the last Black Friday was a washout. Normally have great sales on Black Friday, make a big deal out of it, and we go, yeah, it is this. I'm like, wow. No, I didn't spend a penny on Black Friday. And even I complained about it. I didn't notice at the time. And Dale said, but that's why we did it. Because we didn't want to bring Black Friday out. Everyone buy a lot of crystals, and then we go, and now we're closing the game 2 or 3 weeks later. They also didn't want to do that and then give that money to Space Ape and go like, oh, we'll leave, but here's a load of money, Space Ape. You know, they didn't think it's fair. And that's why I think we've got to combine a bundle now. But yeah, I think we need to do something for anniversary to make up for it. I think we need to do like a big bundle for anniversary, make a big deal out of it. But yeah. Matt Polish, but I already have a drinking game. I drink every time to say and then make it past halfway through the stream. I do. I'm not gonna lie. Like I look at my stream sometimes and I go, oh, I say so much. It's because it's a bit different than other people's streams because other people will stream and I'm constantly sort of thinking on the go and I go, well, I'm sort of thinking about what I'm talking about, so I'm trying to sort of call back and all that. And I could talk like this, like I am now, without saying I could just stop myself like this, but why would it be fake? Why would I? That's me putting on a voice. My voice is not exactly the same as it is in real life on stream. I do try but I don't do it for any reason other than to make sure that people could understand me. Because people still say, I can't understand you, Wozza. And this is me actually trying to tone my accent down a bit and trying to emphasize some words, where in real life I'm probably a lot harder to understand being Mancunian, as Vic Ching will attest to. Well, I'm sure Vic Ching can understand me because he lives in Manchester. But Brian Tam understands me quite well now because obviously we spoke quite a bit. But when you talk to people, they're like, what? What did you just say? You talk so fast. I do talk quite fast as well. So yeah. Grind Time Spot. Check your Discord. Let's have a look. What's he sent me? Let's have a look. What picture have you sent me? Oh, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this. That's brilliant. Oh, literally a shot glass as well. It's a Chiefs glass. Yeah, it's got a Chiefs glass. I love that ground time. How have you done though? I think I've said mental like 10 times. So have you done 10 shots? Send me the after picture after you have. Berserk, how's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. Last prize, but I think I only spent on a specific bundle that was relatively cheap on Black Friday. Yeah. Grandstan's put and we chat. His speech is barely understandable. You answer all right, so it can't be that bad. But yeah, my speech is different when we talk. Like when we're not on stream. Okay, controversial time. So I was speaking to Dale, the other night about something totally different again, but maybe a bit of advice I was giving him about direction of the game maybe and some things that apes need to do. And we got talking about things that are coming soon, stuff like that. The thing I could mention on the stream. He said, "Well, there is something." Now he did tell me, but he has said that I can't comment about it on stream yet. It's still early days, but you put 2 and 2 together, you can probably work it out. I'm honest with you. It's not like it's like rocket science. But what the apes are trying to do with maybe some bots, maybe all bots, we don't know, is we obviously have the endurance events, we obviously have the legacy events. So how would you feel about 2 or 3 weeks before the event, the bot going in the store before the event? How would you feel about that? So I think the idea behind it is those that want to spend $150, $150, going to go and buy it out the store. Just go and buy it. And then when the next event's going around, you can go and level it during that event. And you can get it up to whatever level as well. A bit like now, but I feel like it's like you're buying it and you're skipping everything and sort of in a bit of a rush to get it leveled. Whereas this way, you're getting it 3 weeks beforehand. But you could, even if you wanted to, buy it 3 weeks beforehand, level it that week, and have it 3 weeks earlier than everyone else. Now, I know some people will be like, "Oh my god, that's like it's in the store, it's a joke, that sort of pay to win, things like that." But I would agree with that, me personally, if it was like 3, 4, 6 months. I'd be like, "You've got a point. It's not really fair putting it behind that paywall." But it's 3 weeks. It's not gonna make a massive difference. But I know that there are some people that are so impatient they want this content today. They want it for everyone else. They want to be able to show it off and go, "Look, I've got it now." And if they're willing to spend to get that, then I'm like, yeah, it's only 3 weeks. It's not the end of the world. So I don't mind them putting that in the store, me personally, if it is 3 weeks. I said that's Dale. I said it is, I would say even 4 weeks. I'd say, if you're putting it in halfway through the saga and going, it's available in store, and then the event is the same bot for the legacy event or whatever it is in 4 weeks' time after that, then yeah, fair enough. But it won't be the endurance bot, the new concept, I don't think. Maybe, don't know. He's not mentioned that. It will be, I think, the legacy bots. Or maybe just particularly 1 or 2. Very specific ones. So specific ones. That's my accent. Very specific ones that people have wanted for a while. We'll leave it there with that. I'm sure you can work it out from that. What do you guys think? Would you like to see that in the store just to make a bit of money? And again, don't think of yourself. Don't think of, "Oh, that's not fair because I'm not going to buy it because I can't afford it." Think of an easy way to make money that you think, "Yeah, I'm not too fussed to make money that way." Think to yourself, as a business, how are they going to make more money if they wanted to? Because every business does. We can sit there and go, like, "Oh, they're greedy," but every business needs to look at business opportunities to make money. And the big question is, how many people are they going to annoy by doing that? So would you be annoyed by that? Would you be like, "You know what? Good luck to Wales. Let them do it. Let them have it for 4 weeks. I'll get it in 4 weeks' time. I'll level it over the next couple of weeks. So it doesn't bother me one bit. I will get it in 5 or 6 weeks' time. Let them have it." Is it fair? Let me know what you guys think. Are you all for web store exclusives before they go into the event? Would we do it even for endurance events even? Is that fair? Who knows? Let me know in the chat. Grind times pot. I don't mind them putting the bots in the store early, except that the bots are never ready that early. It's a good point. But this is why I said they're doing some bots that are already in the game and won't need many changes. I'm kind of giving it away here, really, but I'm trying not to. But if you know, you know. So yeah, so they are ready already. Last price, but only if it's a game-changing bot. Yeah, but if it's not a game-changing bot, then don't buy it. Just wait for the event. You know, I'm fine with that even. You know. Tracks Pen Lancaster support depends on the price. We could see if a bot was trash or not. Could hurt events like Taz Kid. I imagine like $100 or $150. Let's just say $150. Let's go extreme. I can't see being more than that. I imagine $150. So they always overprice things. So let's just go 150. You know. I tell you what. No, I tell you what. I'm gonna do it. I said I wouldn't today, and I might get a bit of trouble, but it's a bit obvious, so I'm just gonna come out because some people think I'm getting it, some people aren't. Okay, if they put a 5-star tracks or a 5-star cup in the store 4 weeks earlier than everyone else, what do you think? A 5-star tracks or cup. What do you think? Last prime, maybe a day earlier. No, I think it will be. There's no point for a day because it's not really worth it, is it? I think it's going to be a few weeks. Also, what Phil's put, I would actually be okay with selling bot 3 weeks or a month early. It's more like convenience charge for a bot than a pay to win model. Yeah, exactly. It's all about convenience. I think that's a good point, really. Me and 47's put, yeah, I'm not paying that much. Yeah, it's not for everyone. Yeah. Tracks spend like a spot. Who's gonna spend 150 for legacy bots when you can get it for 40 or less? There will be people that do it. There will. Listen, I'm not saying everyone in this chat will be like, yeah. But let me know in the chat as well. Would you pay 150 for a legacy bot 4 weeks for okay? Would you pay $150 for a 5-star Traxor Cup 4 weeks before he's in a legacy event? Would you? Let me know in the chat. I'm interested because I wouldn't, but I know there's people that would. I think. I'm pretty sure I know a few that would. Blade 19's but the only problem with that is that we don't get them 3 weeks beforehand. Maybe they can eventually, maybe getting them 8 weeks earlier and then we make them, and maybe that's a new business model as it evolves, maybe. But I know for the sake of, you know, legacy bots, we could do that for definitely for Tracks and Cup, because Tracks and Cup I don't think will get a decent upgrade. They will just be 5-star versions. If they brought out a 5-star Tracks tomorrow, I'm just guessing here because there's been no testing, no conversations, but I feel like if they bring out a 5-star Tracks tomorrow, we'll get more DPS, we'll get more HP, and we'll get 70% damage for 23 seconds, I think, and that'll be it. There'll be nothing else. He's the most overpowered bot in the game, I think. Unbelievable Tracks, a 4-star. So as a 5-star, it's going to be crazy. I don't know if they're planning on balancing him in that, or increase his cost, change his cost. I don't know. That's just me spitballing. They've not even had a conversation about that. But I know they are looking at changing some bots and balancing them and improving bots. A lot of them. We talked the other week about 5-star Mega Supreme getting a buff. You know, there's been conversations about Beachcomber getting nerfed. There's been conversations about Leo Prime getting nerfed. And getting conversations about Ruination getting nerfed. We just talk about Ultra Magnus getting a buff or a legacy event. So they are looking at balancing the game, I think. From the conversations about other people, even things that Dale said, but it's not directly said, oh, we are going to nerf Beachcomber. But, you know, when we have conversations about Beachcomber, it's like, yeah, he's overpowered, isn't he? I'm like, yeah. So they know. They know. But when you hear that they're doing some buffs, and it's like, yeah, well, you know, Leo Prime could do with being maybe a little bit less powerful, really, to balance the game, because it's a bit silly at the minute. Then, you know, these things are already in their minds, so I think eventually they will. But that's a conversation for another day. But you know, it's not gonna be, you know, revolutionary having a 5-star Tracks. Think James put, I'm fine with having the bot in store in advance. Yeah. Also, what Phil's put, plus selling the bot for an upfront honest price is more reasonable as well. Yeah. Matt Paul has put, if it being in store a month early is what it takes to get earlier time into playtesting, then yeah. At least we know it's worth the effort beforehand. Yeah, I don't know about. I'm just guessing about that. I think if they do this for tracks and cup and it goes well, I think they should do that with endurance bots. They've not said they are. They said that if they're going to do it for tracks and cups, that'll be the testing ground, I think. But I hope they would do that for endurance bots then. I think that's a good thing. Mean 47's put 5-star tracks, Yummers. Yeah, tracks definitely. So I algorithm. So you would pay $150 for a 5-star tracks when it's available in the event in 4 weeks' time. Let me know. How much was Cosmos? I don't know. I can't remember. I think that was it 150? I don't know. Someone else will be able to tell me. Mean 47's bot. I don't want to wait for a year to get a bot that I don't want. For example, 4-star Ultimate Optimus. I legit don't have him yet. Don't pull him. Don't bother. Tracks. Don't be pulling at my face. I'd wait for tracks possibly, but cup. But I would be banned from doing so. Would you read, Alan? I'd wait for tracks possibly, but buy cup. Okay, but I'll be banned from doing so. Yeah, Grand Slam spot. I personally wouldn't, but I'm sure many would. I bet you would back in the day though. CM's put for cup. I would definitely buy him from the shop. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Other than 5-star tracks, like Delta. What else? I don't know what it is. Dustin Brilliance put with the content that you've done consistently lately, I'd say the 5-star Metro will be less powerful. Or back on Metro for a minute. Less powerful than we think. Not a major advantage, but we'll see. But I do agree. But you got to think that 5-star Metro will have more HP than the 4-stars. It'll have more DPS than the 4-stars, and will have a 5-star ability as well. So yeah. Mean 47 put no, not 150 bands, anything but that. I think it'll be that. I do. Wouldn't tracks be a beach counter? Well, 4-star tracks are beach counter now, but FFDs negate that. No need to nerf beach. I think there is. I know it's unpopular, guys, and the way I look at this is that there was one battle, and this is one of the battles. There's two things that made me sort of quit top alliances. One, I attacked in a war, and this is actually what sparked it off. Actually, so I attacked in a war, and I was taking 2 healers. So if you've got 2 healers and you've got 2 bots, they should heal the bots. If you use the abilities, they should heal each other. They should heal something. But I understand that if there's no bots to heal, they will go and engage a defense and use like a gun or whatever they've got as well. But I dropped like 3 or 4 bots and 2 healers. And I used one ability on one of the bots, and the healer ran off. Now there's nothing to heal where he was going. There was nothing at all. He just ran to his death. And then I lost that war battle. And I was like, what was he going healing? Pulled up the replay, watched it, was baffled. Like, well, that was weird. Then, a few days later or something, I did another war attack, and something happened in the war that was weird. And I thought, well, that's not right. And I thought, I want to go back and see what happened. So, pulled the replay up, was totally different. It showed me winning the war, which I didn't. So I was like, right, well, that's not good, is it? I can't even watch the replay and see what happened. I've just got to accept that my bots died, whatever, or something happened, or a bot walked off or something. I can't even look back without really recording my own attacks, but you don't think of that at the time. So it's a bit miffed again. And then I beat a base, and I popped, I think it was the Beachcomber really, really late. And Beachcomber came out, and all I had to do was beat Beachcomber and kill the HQ. That's all I had to do. One by one, all my bots died. One by one to Beachcomber. You should not have 6 bots and 2 healers beating on one bot for like 45 seconds and then die. That is far from balanced. So a mixture of bugs, a mixture of old bugs that couldn't get fixed, and a mixture of some stupid content that's massively overpowered made me go, you know what, guys, it's not worth the stress. I nearly put my mouse through the wall. I was that annoyed. I was like, I am done with these wars. I cannot bother with the stress. And now I've dropped down and do some wars, and it doesn't work like the cup thing every day. And I was like, I'm done for the day. I'm not even playing this war now. I was that myth, but I'm not as annoyed because I know it doesn't affect everyone else. If I lose that battle with my alliance right now, it's not like it's not life or death like top alliances, and top players get really annoyed with each other when they don't think they're doing the right thing. And I thought, I'm not going to put that alliance through that. I'm not going to you know, knacker up on my attacks and then sort of like go, wow, I'm not playing this stuff. Sort of throw my toys at the plan. It's not fair, but I was so frustrated. So, you know, I'm sure there's plenty of players in the game that feel like me. You know, and it's not good for the game. It's not balanced. So, yeah, I do think there needs to either be more counters for Beachcomber, but even then, if you're a new player and you've got 8 bots pounding on one and losing, you can't have that, guys. You can't. I know that people are a bit annoyed, top players, but I always say, listen, if they did nerf Beachcomber and made defense easier, then I would be sat here going, make defenses harder. Not one bot, not one combat. Let's not have one thing that makes a base difficult or not. Go and make the other defenses more difficult. It gives them more avenue for scope for HU19. Imagine a new player or new player to Prime League going up against, you know, Beachcomber and HU19 as well. My camera's just gone off, so I have to get a couple minutes and then charge it. Sorry, guys. Really unprofessional. In fact, I might just grab a charger for it. Let me get the fast charger. Sorry, guys. And then we can have a look at have a talk about Powerglide and Cyclona. So I don't actually I haven't been tested yet. They're not in test, but I can talk about what the plan is for them. Anyway, sorry guys, wasn't disappeared. But I'm gonna plug my phone into the fast charger rather than the slow charger. I know that much. Sorry guys. I've been a bit of a mad setup because like I said I've been in London for 2 days, so it's been a bit of a mad one. I'm not gonna lie. It was very rushed, the setup today. Sorry guys. Right, okay, we'll just plug this in a minute. Plug that in there. Into my new desk. It's got plug sockets on it, which is pretty cool. FYI. Get the camera back on again. Doing the Halloween bit again. Just charging. Sorry guys. Give it a minute. I'll come back when it's charged a bit. Sorry. I'm professional. You can look at the cat for now. Let's see what you guys sort of saying about that anyway. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. So Grant has put, honestly, I think it's a good idea for him to do that. It helps make the game money while giving players an option to jump ahead or wait for the event. Yeah, I think so. Me and 47 even though it said like no chance, but it said interesting suggestion. Yeah, but next put pathing needs a resetting, I think it's put. Delay or something. Healers immediately disengage. Enemies walk away with tanks. Yeah. Yeah. Blaze 8 Blazing, I think. Yeah. Thanks for joining. It's a game. It's supposed to be fun, not annoying or too serious. Top lanes are way too stressful. Yeah, you got to think that people are competitive. That's why, and they want to do well in the game. Everyone just trolling me about my ghost. Take a shot for every time he says sorry. Yeah, but I don't want to let you guys down. Do you know what I mean? I feel a bit guilty, but even though I've been mad, busy, rushed, but still, it's not an excuse. I just still set the stream up right, plug everything in. But you know, we all make mistakes, don't we? They should be in game 2. What should be in game 2? They should be in game 2. What should be in game? Let me know. Me 47. It's put for this point of view, Transformers fan. Yeah, I still find the game quite fun, but I've played games quite competitive. I played Call of Duty at a high level, played TFL at a high level, Battle Tactics at a high level, COD at a high level, even likes of like ISS Pro when I played that at a high level. But yeah, most games that I've been really invested in, I've played at a good level, and that's how I sort of play games. I play to be one of the better players in the game. I don't play it to sort of like, you know, just take part. I'm not a participation guy. Even when I go and play football, you know, when I used to play football, I took it, even for friends, I took it serious to the point where I wanted to win, didn't like losing. Don't get me wrong, once you've done, then, you know, once you finish the match, then you're still friends with people, things like that, but, you know, I take it seriously. Right, I think camera's coming back on now, guys. I think I just load up. And that should load back up again. Hey, sorry guys. I might actually keep the fast charger in actually, just for the camera rather than the one. Maybe. Yeah. Man, yeah, all I have to do is move a wire actually after the stream. So yeah, not too bad. Sorry guys. Sorry. Cool. Okay, so let's just we'll get the game screen on actually then. We'll talk about it. In fact, we'll go. So I will do. So last subject of the day. Powerglide and Cyclonus. So these guys got announced late last year saying that they were going to be the next legacy bots to, much joy from cons who've been waiting for Cyclonus to have a rework. And be relevant in the game. I think he's a massive character in lore for Decepticons. Powerglide not so much, but I think maybe done an injustice being a really poor bot, but being a huge bot in lore. So Decepticons were overjoyed at the fact that Cyclonus was getting a rework as part of the legacy events. So fast forward, the move from Space Ape to Yodo 1, it kind of got put on the back burner a bit. So Dale is now revisiting, and I said, listen, we are doing the legacy event, we're starting again for Powerglide and Cyclonus. Now, when he was talking to a few of us, he sort of hit me up and was like, what would you see Powerglide being used for? And I was like, well, it doesn't do a lot of damage. But I would just like someone that just kills Billbots for a bit cheaper than what Smoltstream does. Or what Warpath does. Warpath's great at taking out a few defenses and killing a Billbot. Smoltstream is good, but it's 6 ability points. I was like, I could do something a bit cheaper. You can add a repeat cost on it, but a Billbot killer from range. Smoltstream being a gunner, him being a jet. Can be a bit cheaper because obviously getting a bit more from Smoltstream, but you get the idea. Sort of balance it around Powerglide being cheaper but not as good against combiners and stuff, but Smoltstream having that advantage of being a sniper and sat back, but also having higher cost. And as a playoff, I've always said I like that, where you have a playoff between two bots, do something similar, but one does this bit extra, that one does maybe this bit different, balance it out. So Dale had to hit me and Freesius up and said, I've got an idea for Powerglide. I want to run it past you. So me and Free sort of had a chat back and forth. There was a few things sort of suggested. There was a few things we didn't like. A few things needed changing. But it sort of came from Dale, and me and Free sort of talked about him and sort of like, man, I think we've got an idea on where this needs to go. So before we sort of get into this, I want to talk on why Powerglide doesn't work right now. So at the minute, he drops 12 bombs in a line. But the problem is that the bombs are inconsistent where they land. And some of the playtesters were like, yeah, but it's increased damage. But the problem is that all 12 bombs could hit a target and do, let's just say they could do 6k damage and do really good damage. But then none could hit a target at all and then do nothing. Now, I always go in extremes to prove a point, but you get what I mean. Is that on one run he could do 3k, and the next one he could do 2k because the bombs don't work. It depends on where his placing is and where they are along the bombing run because he drops them across. So it doesn't work very well at all the way it works. And Dale has said that the tech is not there to do it. They can't regulate that damage. And so I think a lot of playtesters are a bit annoyed about that because they wanted that sort of bombing run. And Dale's like, well, you kind of got that with the glass gas with Wing Saber, but we just can't do it for Powerglide and for Cyclone, sadly. Just the bombing bit doesn't work. You've also got the arc at the end. All bots have that. I think some of the playtesters don't remember the Jetfire conversation we had where we were saying, listen, can we just have him go in a straight line and come back? They were like, no, they've got to do that arc. It's the way it's designed. We can't take that away. And when we did that with Jetfire, we said, he's dropping the bombs on the side, not underneath him. You want to be able to plan a path. And they were sort of like, we can't fix that. And it's the same with Powerglide. It can't be fixed. from where they are right now. So we can't work with that, because if we're doing that, we'd have to wait and put it on the back burner again. So it's not something we can do. So Dale sort of said to the playtest, listen, we can either just increase his damage, but accept that, you know, he doesn't do what he's supposed to do. And I think that frustrates a lot of people. I hate having a bot where I look and go, oh, right, this does 4k damage. And you use them and go, well, it's not doing 4k damage, it's doing 3. And then you ask the 8 and they go, yeah, but it's working as it should. So it doesn't need a change, it's actually working. But you're like, it's rubbish though, it's inconsistent. I hate inconsistencies in the game. So Dale said, listen, we can do that. We just give more damage and agree it's inconsistent, that's it. And players deal with it. Or we could do this. So he's put, I'll take the first bit out because I think it was confusing and it misleads players, so I don't like that. But it's put, your ability evolves with each use and also evolves are permanent. So for 3 ability points, you fire lasers dealing 6,493 damage. Now the idea behind that is that on his first use, he can kill a build bot in Prime League hard mode. So when we look at Prime League hard mode build bots, the health is 4,900. I thought it was more than that, but hey, 4,900. It's more than that, isn't it? I'm sure it was more than that. Let's have a look in the prime zone. Make sure. Good swear it's more than that. Yeah, that was weird, isn't it? So as you can see there, Buildbot health is around 5,880 HP. So as you can see, if you were to fire a laser dealing 6,493 damage, it will kill a Buildbot on its first go for 3 ability points. Then your ability cost goes up to 4, so it's 3 plus 1. But for 4 ability points, the targets you hit are so the lasers become an AoE effect. Sorry. So then all of a sudden, you can kill a Buildbot again, another Buildbot, but then it does damage in an area. It does 6,493 damage in an area, which is alright. On the next use, for 5 ability points, any targets in that area that you use it again, disables them for 10 seconds. So the first one just kills a single target for 6k damage, hits it for 6k damage. The next one does 6k damage in an area. The next one does 6k damage in an area and disables in that area for 10 seconds. And then for 6 ability points, which is the next one plus 1, it does double that damage. It does 12k damage, 13k damage in an area. But to get that 13k damage, you need to use the 3 ability points and the 4 ability points and the 5 ability points and the 6. So you can't just use 6, you've got to use 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. But every time you use it, the ability evolves. So it's kind of a bit like Blue Streak in the sense that every time you use it, it gets better. But rather than the ability being static in what it does, in terms of the damage is going up, it actually gives it different abilities. So it does single damage, does AoE damage and a disable, and then does the double the damage and disable. But obviously 6 ability points kind of gets quite a bit. And then once you get to 7 ability points, it just keeps that. It just doesn't increase more, but just keeps whatever you've got. So you can use it for 7 ability points and 8. So it would be 3 plus 1. So it would be quite cheap. Now, some of the testers wanted to go back to the bombing run. I understand that they might want to keep the bot as it is. Maybe use it for something else. But I think a key thing for this is that it's something different. And I've said this quite a while now, that we need things a bit different. Something a bit fresh, something a bit innovative. And I will give Dale that credit that he's actually thinking outside the box a bit about something a bit different. I think this opens up the doors for bots like this, that where their ability can evolve. And I've always said that new content needs to be better than old content. And so if we start doing this for bots, it will automatically be better than old content, I feel, because they will evolve and get better per use. But then that also needs to be quite cheap, I feel. Otherwise, you'll have to have 2 evolves maybe. it's still yet to be decided. But I like the direction it's going in. Me and Freeze had a good conversation with Dale about this, and I really like the direction of abilities evolving and changing over time. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like the idea of ability sort of changing and stacking on top of each other every time you use the ability, it getting more powerful and stacking, adding more effects, so it gets really powerful but at quite a high cost? Do you like that idea? Do you like things to be simple? Is it too complicated for new players? Or is it just a case of new players will have to try it out, come to YouTube, go to players in the chat and ask people for advice and then teach them how to use it? Maybe. But let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat what you guys think and whether it will work, whether it's a good idea, and whether you would run for it as well. Let me know what you guys think. So I'll try and get this on screen if I can. That's the old one where we changed it, I think so. Yeah, so let me just save this image a minute. I'll try and get it up. I'm trying to get the picture up. It is a bit wrong because we're trying to where is it? There it is. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Oh, the white. Oh my god, that's so bright. Sorry, guys. Jesus. So yeah, obviously the 4 and the 5 would be the way around, because we sort of said, like, what's the point in disabling one target for 10 seconds and then having an AoE? You would rather have a disabled AoE, so you would have the single damage, the area damage, the area disable, and the double damage. But I know people are going to take screenshots of that, but just remember that it's not finalized. It's still in testing. It's just an idea for now. And I think that's the direction they probably will go down, but that could change. The damage can increase, the damage can decrease. It might be double damage, about 1.5 damage. We don't know. It's still got it balanced by the playtesters yet. But personally, I like the idea. I like the idea behind it. Whether it will come out good or not is down to the playtesters. I think that sometimes it's up to the apes to come up with a good idea, maybe, and some of the playtesters have a good idea, and then so the playtesters then balance that to make it a good content. But I think the idea usually has to come from the apes. You know, we don't have the time for, you know, the apes to bring something out and then for us to totally redesign it. It should already be quite good, and then the playtesters just balance it so it fits in the game. That's how I imagine it. Meme 47 just said he retired from the game for a while due to toxicity, but has been fixed with a mute button. I would say join Discord, go in the new player chat. It's really good. It's alright. It's moderated, and just stay away from the in-game chat. It's not very good, but Discord is good. Meme 47 has put, I saw not many people use Powerglide. For me, I don't see him as useful due to his ability being basic compared to Jetfire Sky Striker. Yeah, totally agree. Hence why they're sort of bringing him as a legacy bot and see if they can improve him. Also, what Phil's put, can't be fixed, always sounds like inadequate programming to me. No, I don't think it's that. I think it depends on the limitations of the program that they use. I know they use Unity. I don't know what they use outside of that, but obviously everything has limitations and things they can and can't do. And I don't think it. I think it can be fixed, but I think the time frame it would take for them to fix it will be too long when they're trying to get this bot out. So they could look at it and go, listen, in the future, we need to create tech that can do this, and they can go and do that behind the scenes. It might take a few weeks or months, but they don't have the time right now to go and do that and bring it in this legacy bot. Otherwise, they'll be saying, listen, sorry guys, Powerglide and Cyclonus are going out in October, November, and they want to be really, really annoyed, won't they? We'd rather have the content now. Grand Time Spot, I like it if it will actually work. Yes, that's the key. If it's good content, not just, you know, making something innovative and good is half the battle. I feel like they sort of try to do that with Tasmanian Kid and then fail with it. So yeah. Another question as well is, how do you guys feel about the 2G ones? Because this is a good debate as well. because I know that everyone right at the start will go 2G1s, and everyone will go, oh, they're really hard to collect. It's not really fair. That it costs too much money to chase, and I get that 100%. I get it, but I think that Dale was trying to explain something in playtest. I don't think even they understood it. But how I would explain it is you have got a glass full. You've got your cup. You've got your cup full there. That's your cup. Yeah. So you've got one cup, right? Now, if you make a G1 half, use half the cup for the G1, you're getting half the cup. That's it. You can't put the full cup in one core. It's too powerful. That's what they're sort of saying. The playtester did sort of show some examples like where they've used a volatile mixture and added effects on, which that should be a minimum. It should be whatever's good in the game and a bit extra. It shouldn't be worse than a volatile mixture. We've got cores like that in the game and they're pretty awful. But let's just say you get half a cup. But what they can do is they can bring 2G1s out and they can still be half a cup. But rather than that half a cup, they can take the original half and take the damage out and increase it for one. And then let's say to take the protection out and increase it. So you're getting the full cup as such, but you're not getting half diluted damage and half diluted protection. You're getting full damage or full protection, because you can't have full of both. It gets watered down to half. So if you had half a cup, would you rather them make it a full cup of damage and a full cup of protection, have 2G1s and be able to choose whether you want damage or protection? Or would you rather just have half a cup of half of each? And the playtesters were like, well, why can't we have both? And it's like, because of balance. Because if you have damage, you haven't got protection. If you get protection, you haven't got damage. So you kind of choosing, because it's like DPS and health. Usually, if you have high damage, you have low health. And as the scale goes like that, as the health increases, damage goes down. You can't have a bot that has the highest HP in the game and highest damage. It doesn't work. You have to have a scale like that. And so if you bring out 2G1s, the scale is, you would use high damage, and so the protection would be down. Or use high health and protection, and damage would be down. Damage up, damage down, and scaling like that. Or you can have it like that, half and half. You can't have it two of each. Imagine like that. That's probably a better analysis actually, the scales. So yeah, we'd rather have one G1 does something well, another G1 does something well. We'd rather have half of each. So yeah. Grind Science put, if they are going to split the G1s like they like that, they have to come up with a way to get the G1s easier than what we have right now. That's probably a fair point. Yeah, that's probably a fair point, because that's the downside of it. People saying like it's hard to get. So yeah, I kind of get that point. I was chasing one and I kept getting the same one, and I was like, oh, that's so annoying. Yeah. Blazing as put, can never decide which to use when there's 2G1s. But that's the point though. It gives you a choice, and there's no right and wrong answer. I could say to you, I think you should use this one. You might go, well, actually, I prefer that one. And it just gives you more choice in the game as well, I think, rather than having a watered down does both. So yeah. Berserk's put, this is a false argument. It depends on the secondary effect and the type of bot. Maybe, yeah. But I understand Dale's understanding of that you can't have both. It's a scale. So yeah, look at all the bots with a G1, like the air bots. G1 have the full or better increase as EO and a minor extra effect. The balance comes from assessing those traits. Yeah, but I would counter that it's a bit different with volatile mixture. Granted, I understand your sort of point there, to a degree, that they've just got something extra, that's all you need. But what if I was to say to you that we could separate this, and they could have, would you take this? Let's just say Prowl, for example. Would you take this, where it gives, it's a bit more with this maxed out. Let's just say 14% extra damage, and then sets the area on fire for 75% of his DPS. Or would you rather have 2G1s, and one does 20% extra damage, and the other one gives him double health and sets an area on fire with his ability that does 200% of his DPS, maybe? It's a bit of an example because you're going to go for damage, I understand that, but you understand what I'm trying to get at. It splits it and makes both of them more powerful because it splits it. But yeah. Berserk's put 2 G1s for Huffer actually reduces choice. He's designed to play flexibly, and splitting the bonuses between 2 G1s lose the whole point of that flexibility playstyle. It removes choice. I disagree. Because if you take Huffer, for example, he has healing or damage. So if they combine the two, you would have less healing and less damage in a G1. You'd have less of it. You can't have the same amount. So let me find Huffer a minute. Got specials a minute. Let me try and find it. I might not have it actually, but let's have a look. So for G1, for example, trying to see if I've got both G1s. Probably not, to be honest with you, but it's on a test server. But yeah, but he has a damage turret and he has a healing turret. Now, if you want to argue that the healing turret doesn't do enough and damage turret doesn't do enough as a G1, then I would back you up on that. I probably agree that the G1s aren't as powerful as they should be, but the concept is the same. Is that you have one does high damage and one does high healing. If, say, Huffer damage did 20% extra damage and the healing did 20% extra, if you combined it into one, you would get 10% damage and 10% healing because you're not separating. Again, it's those scales. You can't, it either does 20% damage, 0 healing, or 20% healing and 0 damage, or it does 10% of each. And that's the only 3 options you've got. You haven't got any other option with the 2 G1s. That is literally the only 3 options you have. And I know that Berserk started to the chat saying like, it's a lie. It's not a lie. It's not. That is how things should be balanced. And you might give me examples of things in the chats, but it's still only, I would argue, that the volatile mixture, the extra from volatile mixture is very little. It's very little extra damage. I don't know. Give me some examples of G1s where they're so much powerful than a volatile mixture or something else, but they're not. They've only got a bit of effect. And that's why, because they can't give it loads of extra damage, because it's sort of at the max it's at. Blazing's put, would they consider lowering the cost to remove cores? It gets expensive to swap around. What they don't want is people just swapping cores constantly. So I think they'll keep the cost the same. Fair, I don't think they will. Berserk's just put. So it's not a lie. Listen, I make this channel on being honest. I don't lie. It's not a lie at all. So let's not go down that route. I don't lie. I'm very honest on my channel, even to a fault. So it's not a lie. But he's put his G1 isn't that good a bonus. Yeah, I'd agree with that much. Yeah. It wouldn't be a problem to have both, and frankly, if each were reduced, I would prefer it because he plays better with the choice to do either. That sounds true, but doesn't mean like how it would work if we tested it. What do you mean? You would rather have the both of them combined and have less of each, so less damage and less healing. Whether you think the cores are not powerful enough, that's a valid argument. You know, that's a conversation to be had. That's around balancing the right amount. But I understand what Daly's saying. I understand both points, but Daly's saying that we don't have to down this 2G1 route, but people do like it. There are people out there that do like it. I like it, to honest, because it gives me a choice on what to do. It gives me a choice on whether I want to give him more damage or more protection. And whether they're balanced or not is a different question. That's totally different. I'm trying to think of Cosmos is 2. I know that, but again, they're not really balanced that well. But I understand the premise when they were made. Again, you know, when we started, I don't know if you were there when we first started. When I was airing it, where we first started doing these bots, but that was always a premise. So yeah, so obviously the defense one gains health. On defense, stacks health as well. So yeah, all about health and healing, is making it a bit more harder to kill. Even though it didn't really do that, I think it could have been got a bit better. I agree with that. But that one is around that. Another one gives him stealth and gives him an extra hack, or is it damage something? So it's different, yeah. Johnny Butler, Springer has one. So here's a good example then. So let's just take Springer for example. So let's just say we took Springer, right? And he has one that increased his special ability damage by 17% and healed by 4.5%. Because they're combined, yeah? Let's just say they were the maxed out stats. I know it's not. I think I might have the goal actually, but I could have got the goal one. So I could just call some decent stats rather than going off like make believe. No, I haven't maxed it out. So let's just say that's his stats for maxed out, right? 17% extra damage and heal by 4.5%. What they could do is separate that and give his damage 25% and give his heal 10%. So you would get more out of it by the choice rather than having 17 and 4.5. You can have a combined G1. Nothing wrong with that. But if you separate them, you get more. That's the idea behind it. Whether you like that or not idea, that is still the premise. Whether you agree with it or not, it's fine. But that's still the premise of how it works. And I think some of the playtesters are going like, well, that's not how it works. You're like, yeah, it is. If you separate it, you can give them more. That's what Dale is saying. Whether you agree or not is a different discussion. But that is how you can do it. Because it's same. It's like saying, well, you can give Springer more health and damage. Give him 60,000 health, or this is a good example to prove the point. Let's take Pipes and give him 2,000 DPS then. Why not? Because you can't have a bot that has 50,000 health and 2,000 DPS. It doesn't work. He's got 46,000 health. But then if you look at Leo Prime has 34,000 health, which is less health, but more damage. He's more in the middle. And then if you look at, say, Blue Streak, he only has 11,000 health, but has 1,100 DPS. So you understand that the scale works in damage and health, and it works the same in G1, sadly. Metabears, but super quick question. If I put Megatronus on light speed, will he spread fire when he's mid-zooming? No. So Megatronus does not work whilst using their ability. It only works when they're not using their ability as sort of like a DPS thing, yeah. Sandstorm has 2. Yeah, another good example. I'd like these examples. We can look at them. So, Sandstorm, for example, I think I've got both of these actually, though. Maybe interesting, yeah. So this one is obviously healing, and it's got, so example, healing is increased by 42%, and the bot regenerates by 3. That's a lot. That's a lot of healing because he has 2. But then if you look at the other one, increases special ability damage by 6% and gives the ability an acid bullet. So I reckon that could have gone a bit more, but you see the point. Because it's been separated, that healing is really good. But if they would have been combined, that healing would have probably been 20%, not 42%. It would have been a lot lower because you can't put it all in one. I know Gorillas put, what do you think about G1 cores that mix of volatile mixture and a reflected coating? I don't like reflected coating, I think it's awful. But this sort of, again, fits my narrative of a volatile mixture with something a bit extra because they can't give it too much. So it's a bit crap. Berserk put core cutter is a big problem, mate. The design's better instead of focusing us to collect more junk. Yeah, but you understand they can't put it all into one G1 though. Berserk, would you what? What are the typical increases on ability damage and healing? There's no typical because, but I would generally say roughly a volatile mixture. That's pretty much where they sort of stand. But healing is hard because healing's all over the show. There's no set thing for healing, really. But it's just making it relevant, isn't it? Let's be honest. Grind says, "But I like having options." Yeah, that's the way I sort of see it. It's just I agree with Grind. I know that we do need better ways to get these cores. Berserk's put the reality of the balance from these bots come from the cost of the abilities ramping up. Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with giving that bit extra, I suppose, with a G1. Bit money out of it, I suppose. You know. Grant has put there, just had to pester Wozza to tell me which one is better. Yeah, but you know what? I don't want that situation. I don't want that situation where someone is saying which one is better because I want to say it's up to you. It depends. Which is your play style. What suits me might not suit you. Me and Freezy talk about me obviously having quite a sort of smash sort of mentality. I want to smash everything, want to beat everything. Whereas he has like a more of a support mentality. So he would use one core, I would use something different. He would advise you to use that, I advise you to use mine. That's the way it should be. So yeah, that's where I sort of see it really. It's options, opinions, everyone having different war teams, and that's why I like these extra G1s. It just gives everyone their own opinion, their own take on it, and their own different ways of using bots and a bit more variety in teams, so no one's got exactly the same team and using the same bots. Just yeah, that's the way I sort of look at it. So yeah, but I do agree that the G1 needs to be more accessible, without a doubt. Well, that is it for today's stream, guys. Go and check out Freeze's stream, which is starting soon. I'll be going watching that as well. Staying up to watch that. So go and join Freeze's stream, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit a like on the stream before you leave. And don't forget to subscribe for loads more content coming over the next few weeks. All exclusives, everything else that we have to cover every single Thursday. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.